1,000 satisfied customers, I've made the switch to Trash Rangers, and I work here now too. For all your commercial trash needs, just call me, Mike Dixon, at 225-363-9053, and I'll take care of you. Whether you need a 15, 20, or 30-yard dumpster or commercial pickup from one of our front loaders, Trash Rangers of Louisiana can handle it. Just like you and me, Trash Rangers is local and ready to serve. 225-363-9053 to make the switch today.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Lone Star Transfer. If you felt like booking your timeshare was difficult in the past, you know it's been almost impossible over the last few years. With an A-plus rating at the BBB, our clients know Lone Star Transfer is the only company they can trust. We guarantee the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. Call us today to receive a free, no-obligation consultation at 833-594-0077 or online at lonestartransfer.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? A man age 50 non-tobacco user can obtain $500,000 of coverage for as little as $110 per month. Level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, there are great rates available for you as well. Call Term Busters for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, call Term Busters. 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate for preferred non-tobacco rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Do you plan to travel, work part-time, or move somewhere warmer when you retire? At Edward Jones, we understand that no two retirement paths are the same. Contact your local financial advisor today.
In Baton Rouge, call Tyler Juneau. In New Roads, call Dean Martin. And in Gonzales, call Gene Fremo.
Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Wednesday, August 14th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 99 in hour one of today's show. We'll continue to talk LSU football as they're in the middle of fall camp, and we'll discuss college football from a national perspective as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Yeah! Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome in. It is OTB. It is Wednesday, August 14th. 2024. Oh my. Halfway through the month of August. Coincidentally, halfway through training camp as well. As yesterday, LSU logging practice number 10, meaning you have 10 practices left for the remainder of this week as well as next week. And then, boys, it's game week, okay? The train is literally hurtling down the tracks, gaining steam. There ain't no stopping it now. I don't know about you. That's the thing that I could never. That was like the metaphor uses like or as, right? I know there's some Dennis Allen debate over this. Yes, the analogy that I always thought about was that of a train where it's like, look, you can whine and complain and wish that the train would stop because you need to get this, you need to do that. You don't know if you're quite ready, but there ain't no stopping it. Okay, time marches irrexorably on, and here in a couple of weeks, you're going to be in Vegas, taking on USC in the most important game of the Brian Kelly era with really, Jake, what feels like, and I know this is not the case, but in these big opening games, with what feels like the entire season on the line right out the gate.
Oh, it absolutely does. Because of your past history, what it's been for you the last 4 season openers, what it looks like it's going to be on your schedule, because after this, you get to come up for air a little bit, and you have games that you're going to fully be expected to win. And so if you can get this one, you can get those. You create that momentum that you have to get ready for that SEC slate that you have. And it's a top 25 team as well. So, like, that victory and a Big Ten team. So what can that do for your resume? Like, so many different storylines go into this game. But at the end of the day, what it is for LSU is must win.
So here in this first hour, we got a lot of LSU player sound, including, guys, Wit Week sound. Let's go, dude. It's been a while.
Say Wit.
Since we've heard from our displaced, dazed, and confused late 70s time traveler. Can't wait to hear from him once again. We got some Emory Jones, CJ Daniels, Gio Paez, Garrett Nussmeier as well. We got a practice report from yesterday. Good day for the defense. And we'll kind of take a look back as we are now halfway through training camp. As we said.
We are 10 days away from Florida State, Georgia Tech in Dublin.
Wow.
10
Let's
days.
go to Georgia Tech. Shock the world. Brent Key.
Yes.
Low key has it going at GT.
Haynes King is a baller. They actually have a chance in that opener.
So, look, I thought the AP had a pretty fascinating article yesterday, guys, where they looked at the initial AP poll. Shout out Ralph Russo. He wrote the piece.
I'll say, Ralph.
They
shout outs here.
They wrote the Cite Your Work. Okay, I may have gotten a D- on the only real paper that I ever wrote, but yeah, it's basically because I sucked at citing stuff.
I say cite your work. Like, if you steal a quote from like one of your boys, not somebody real famous, cite your work the first time and then it's yours.
Yes. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
Sorry,
or
Ralph
just
Russo.
steal it. Just steal the jokes. Just go full Mencia and just never give anybody any credit. And everybody's going to think you're really funny. And the people that you steal the jokes from will be bad, but nobody's going to believe them. They don't have a local radio show which to get these jokes off.
That's also
fair.
fair.
So you can just trample all those underneath and just never think twice about them. So Ralph Russo he looked at the initial AP. Stop yawning, Taylor. Ralph Russo looked at the initial.
We don't like yawning. It's a no-no in T-Bob. A deep sigh and a yawn. T-Bob's two no-nos.
He doesn't have an energy drink.
Taylor, we've got to get you back. We've got to get you back on the energy drinks. You haven't said. We all three talked about it right before the show started. You haven't uttered a single take at any of us this morning.
What do you want? I mean, what
you give us every day? A
what
take.
Topic?
Doesn't matter.
I don't know. Normally, you just are overflowing with them. They came out of nowhere. He did tell me about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Congratulations. Earned his first stripe on his belt. That's awesome.
You know who he's preparing for, right?
Who?
To whip your ass here in a little bit when you start yelling at him.
Oh, I thought it was Jeff Bezos.
No, it's you.
Because we know that JB's training mixed martial arts as well.
It is.
So you're gonna need. Chances are though, Jeff's on way better HGH than you.
I'm not worried about Jeff.
Tay. So you're gonna have to get. We're gonna
I'm
have to get you.
more pissed off at him than he is at me. It's about willpower.
Anyway, Ralph Russo. We'll talk about this later. He looked up the initial AP top 25 poll and then how the playoff picture finished, and he crunched the numbers to figure out how accurate is the initial poll, and the results are pretty fascinating. In that we can start to project and guess and hypothesize some very interesting trends that happen on average more often than not. So that'll just be hour one. We got Flestering hour two. Hour three, a lot of NFL. J.J. McCarthy, that sucks. We got Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day. I won't subject y'all to Dennis Allen sound since y'all have made it abundantly clear you don't care, although I do see a Peyton Turner quote here from Dennis Allen. Yeah? No?
Peyton Turner.
How's everyone feeling today? Good? Yeah? Ready to go?
Feel great.
Yeah? Bang's looking on point, Alondra.
Thank you.
What about you? What about you, Taylor?
I'm good. I'm in a good mood. Scared to yawn again. Ever.
Yeah, don't do that again.
So you have no caffeine back there?
No.
Not even a soda?
He's raw dogging.
Wow, raw dogging a morning show? Yeah. Unbelievable, dude. Kind of impressed. All right, look, the big story of the day, though, the defense winning practice yesterday. Let's get this thing started.
It's time to get to work courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help you take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters,
go to Tiger Labor and Staffing today, guys. Look, it doesn't matter what the work you need done is. If you need the right employee for your job, and it could be short term, just a quick thing, or maybe it ends up being, a forever sort of thing or an extended period of time. The bottom line is Tiger Labor and Staffing, they're your turnkey service where they handle everything. So whether you're looking for the right employees or you're looking for work, you want to head over to Tiger Labor and Staffing. Jake, so yesterday, LSU completes their 10th practice halfway down, and I got to say, dude, I really like this. Sounds like the LSU defense won the day again, acquitting themselves very well, and one of the kind of exciting developments that is being reported on is a new front. Remember the old, which one made all the waves about over a decade ago? Many of you probably won't remember, but like the cheetah package, right? Wasn't that like, it was like maybe like Mingo and some others. It was just all the fast defensive ends.
Montgomery.
Yeah, Flash would have been in there for sure. I'm trying to think. But basically, it was just all fast guys on the field at once, right? Well, it's back, of course, and this time it's called the Prowler front, and it's Braden Swinson, Savion Jones, and Paris Shand. Chances are Deshaun Womack would probably be in that mix as well, but he left practice yesterday. But it's those three on the line, and then it's Perkins and Witt kind of hanging about, hovering around, and it's a group that has been used very effectively, Jake, against a very good LSU offensive line.
Yeah.
On Saturday, they got a sack and a couple tickles, and yesterday, I love hearing this because these are sort of game-changing plays that you're expecting this team to make. They came up with a big pick where Harold Perkins deflects the ball, and then Paris Shand dives and picks it off. So the LSU defense, and again, in the eternal camp paradox of does this mean that side's good, the other side's bad? We know the LSU offensive line is good. And we're about 95% sure the LSU offense is really good. So if the defense is winning, unlike last year, because Taylor, they never won last year, right? Like ever.
No, I mean, if you had 20 reps, they may have taken one or two max.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, this defense appears to have a pulse, boys.
Yeah.
Appears to have a pulse, boys.
Well, it's like we talked about yesterday because I know so many people that went to practice like, oh my gosh, the offense is cooking the defense. It's doomsday. It's going to be the same that it was last year. It's like, well, no, if you understand the dynamics of, one, training camp and what it is, but also the offense, new coordinator, sure, but still Joe Sloan, Cortez Hankton, still right there calling the same offense, the same terminology. The offensive line, the continuity there.
Yeah.
You can't replicate that on defense right now. You have a Garrett Nussmeier. Sure, he's a new starter, but he's been here for so long, knows the offense inside and out. He's not a transfer trying to learn the offense. I mean, we could go position by position. Josh Williams has been here. Josh Williams was on the 2019 LSU football team.
Legend.
Okay, that tells you how long Josh has been here. Josh is going to know his assignment inside and out, and we could go all across the board. John Emery was on that team too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they had it figured out. They already knew who they were, their identity. They didn't have to wait around and the schematics of it. Man, what do I got right here? No, they know what they have. And so, sure, that was going to win early in training camp. Now, the defense, they had to make up so much ground. And I'm not saying that they're where the offense is. They're not in its totality. But you could tell, like, every single practice, they're making some progress, and they're understanding what Blake wants to get done. The players are starting to see, oh, man, hey, that guy's out of the rotation. He ain't going to be in here. This is the guy that I'm going to be next to in a bulk of the action here. And so then that camaraderie starts on the defensive side of the football. That's just how it plays out. You have a new coordinator. You have new terminology. And so, sure, it was going to take 8-9 practices for them to start making plays on this offense. And so, again, I'm not saying they're going to be a top 25 defense, but when I started to hear the offense was winning early in camp, I'm like, well, they should be winning early in camp because of all the things that we just laid out. And so it's great to hear the defense is now starting to make those plays as they start to come together.
I agree. Winning the day yesterday. And, in fact, let's go to a little Wit Weeks here, Alondra, as we talk about the defense kind of coming online under Blake Baker. And I want to go to weeks 1. What's the most exciting part about Blake Baker's defense?
The thing that I'm definitely most excited about is how aggressive we are this year. We blitz a lot more than last year, and also just the energy that Coach Baker brings in every meeting we go to. There's never a dull moment in this building because he's here now.
Think about
There's never a dull moment in this building because he's here now.
That's what I'm saying. And this is not one person saying this. Every time we hear from a defensive player and they're asked about their new coach, they talk about the energy.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time. And look, just from a personality standpoint, you could not be more different than what you had last season. I also love the idea of aggression. It seemed like last year you were so terrified of making the big mistake that you consistently let the opponent dictate to you. A lot of times you can think about football in terms of military engagement. You know what matters in military engagement? Taking the initiative, right? Dictating to the opponent. Make them react to what you're doing as opposed to the opposite. And this LSU defense definitely seems to be doing that. In fact, here is Whit Weeks talking about the linebackers making more plays than they ever have.
We get to fly around now. We get to play fast, a lot faster than we've been able to play. So now that we can play fast, we're making way more plays than we've ever made, I feel like. And then just blitzing is, that's what you want to do playing linebacker. You want to be aggressive and go get sacks on the quarterback so your stats will look a lot better.
I could listen to that man talk all day long. You can tell just through his voice that man can blitz, that he loves playing wild and free and throwing his body into the pile. Again, these sound like players who have reached the promised land. After 40 years of wandering the desert, here they are in the land of milk and tiffles, and it tastes delicious. And just finally being able to be aggressive and play free and run. It feels like they've all been unfettered, Jake.
You're right about being able to hear it in their voice. And we've all had a situation where we had a coach and it wasn't working out. Not even necessarily that you didn't like that coach as a person, but sometimes it is. You don't like him as a person and it just does not work out. And then you get new life and you're like, oh, this is what it can be. This is what it should be. This is what we've got moving forward. And you can hear that in all of their voices. And it's not that hard. And again, I said this yesterday. Matt House didn't forget how to coach football. There's a reason, like, as soon as he got let go, he got a job in the NFL.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, the communication, the relationship, everything that you have to be really good, talent gets you so far. We all know that. But the communication part on defense, I think, is even more vital than it is on offense. Right? You have to be able to have that. There was none of that last year. There was no connection. There was no relationship. And it showed. I mean, it showed after the bowl game when the players weren't even saying congratulations on winning the bowl game. It showed by some guys going straight to the NFL just because they thought maybe Matt House would be back as the defensive coordinator. Yeah. All of that showed. And now you're seeing the other side of it where these players are getting something completely different.
Tiffles or TFLs, guys. Tiffles or tackles for loss.
Sometimes he says tickles if he's feeling really froggy.
But yeah, no, I mean, Jake, you're exactly right. Like, Matt House knows ball. What he couldn't do consistently, and I say consistently because he did it pretty well year one. For whatever reason, fell apart with more time together. But what he could not do was meet the players where they were at and get them to understand and then pump them up, right? Like in the NFL, a lot of those guys are going to be more self-starters. I mean, would you agree with that? I don't know. Like position group coaches aren't necessarily there to motivate you but also in the NFL, players have to meet the coach where he's at. Right? Because if you can't do it mentally, if you can't rise to the level, well, I got a guy who's 100th of a second slower right here. Right? He may be 100th of a second slower, but he knows the playbook better, so he's in. You're out.
Yep.
That's not the case in college. And Blake Baker constantly talks about learning how guys learn. You know, what is this guy? Is he a visual learner, a physical, whatever the case may be? We're going to meet them where they're at to make sure they understand the assignment. And that seems to be paying dividends. Let's get back to more Whit Weeks here. This is on how Baker has helped him develop.
If I were to say one specific thing, it would definitely be pass rush. other than that, he's definitely developed me in his I guess he's been here for 8 months now. He's definitely developed me in a very good way, I'd say. I'm very, very pleased with how his coaching style and what he brings to the table.
How motivated is this defense, Whit Weeks?
Very motivated. I mean, we know how it was last year, and it's not going to happen again. And like I was saying earlier, the energy that Coach Baker brings, like, it really feels like he's, like, rejuiced us. Like, last year we got a little deflated, and now we're flying around and having fun again.
Hell
yes,
yes,
trying to hide it.
Hell
It's
yes, dude.
Man. Last year it sucked.
This is week 5, talking about who's CB1.
Definitely. I mean, he's definitely cornerback one in my eyes. I mean, he's made some spectacular plays this camp. Which, I mean, you look at it and you're like, going into USC, you're like, that's the dude that I want out there on the field. And
finally, here is Whit Weeks and where he's grown most in this offseason from year 1 to year 2.
I've definitely grown up a lot, I'd say. Last year my head was spinning when I was out there practice during games. It was so fast. I feel like it's really, and Coach Baker's helped me a lot on this too. Like, the game's kind of slowing down for me now. I'm much better with my eyes. I can read plays a lot better, and now that I've got better with my eyes, I can kind of judge which play's coming based on the offensive formations. And we do a lot of that in film study as well.
Oh, dude, I'm starting to get a little fired up again. I'm starting to rubber band back. All it took was that dazed and confused time traveler and that country accent to get me a little fired up for Blake Baker. I'm a believer. I'm a believer in Blake.
One of the things, and
Bob the Believer.
I don't think anybody would mind me sharing this. I was talking with Greg Penn at LSU's Pro Day, so in the spring, and I was kind of asking him some of the same questions, like, hey man, how's it been with Blake? Because he was here with Blake the first time, and you could tell like they really, had a good relationship and he enjoyed him. He's like, man, just having the ability to communicate and ask questions in the meeting. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, man, we get to actually, hey, why are we doing this? What is the where should we be aligned if this happens? What should we get a chance to, when something happens, get to actually voice our concerns, or, trying to make sure that we double down and ask, like, hey, this is where you want us to be, like, whatever it might be. And he's like, we didn't have that ability a year ago.
Wow.
I'm like, what? He's like, yeah.
Rascal Flats and all that. If Blake Baker ends up being the savior of this defense, then the broken road that led us here would all been worth it. But we'll learn here in a couple of weeks since USC. All right, when we get back, we still got more audio to get to. We're also halfway through camp, so let's kind of look back thus far. What have we learned halfway through training camp? Wilson Alexander has a really good piece in today's Advocate that you should go check out on that very thing. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. That's a phone number that you're going to call if you have any plumbing problems, because it gets you in touch with Central Plumbing, and you take advantage of their flat rate pricing, 50 plus years of experience, licensed, bond, and insured employees, 24/7 emergency service, excellent warranty once the work is done, peace of mind every single step along the way. They've seen it all. They can plumb it all. Okay, but it's not just repairs. Maybe you're looking for a gift idea, bathroom remodel, tankless water heater like Jake and them got. It's all at centralplumbing.org, 925-8552.
Yeah, they can upgrade it all as well, T. They can do it at your home or your business, no matter what you're looking for. If you want at your house a new vanity, a new shower, new whatever, they can come in, they can do that. Also at your business, no job too big, centralplumbing.org.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you.
Join me for a Wednesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. We'll have some sound from LSU football. It's a What If Wednesday, and J.D. Piquel talks national college football. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Driving through the What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. Alondra, in this room, you have car trouble. Who you calling?
I feel like probably Tay-Tay.
I feel like that's actually probably right.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably right. I could bet you, I think I could change
all
the tire.
I needed was Freon.
I think I could change the tire better than Taylor. But that's all I know how to do.
Oh, no, that's my main thing.
Really?
Dude, a couple years ago, it was so weird. Everybody in my family, I got to changing like a tire every 2 months. It was odd.
Okay, that is a lot of reps. It's a lot of reps.
It was weird.
To be fair, I know how to do a lot of it.
Okay.
But I shouldn't be expected to because I'm a girl.
That's complete trash. It's
no,
complete
it's not.
trash. No.
I shouldn't be expected to be on the ground, getting dirty, changing tires. I should not be expected to do that.
Complete trash. Complete trash.
Like we were changing my brake pads the other day. They charge you like $400 at like, any place.
Yeah.
$50 brake pads, changing myself, took an hour and a half.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
you're
way ahead.
I've like taken the door panel off my car and changed the window motor before. Just off a YouTube video.
Can I say that to you probably be my last call?
He'd for sure be my last
I once
call.
replaced a headlight. Okay, and I basically felt like a NASA engineer by the time I was done.
I know you did.
I headed over to the Stennis Space Center and I slapped my resume on the table and I said, "Hey guys, call me.
I'm available."
I hit him with a Kurt Signetti. I said, "Google me," and then I walked out. No, that's
God,
probably fair.
I have not heard Google me in a long time. Google me then.
I've been thinking about Kurt Cignetti a lot lately.
You have. That's your second mention.
Well,
in
did you
2
see
days.
Indiana's about to win a 4-star quarterback?
You told us yesterday.
Hell yeah. Oh, I thought it was off air. I didn't know if it was on there.
I don't know. Either way, you told us.
It all-
change the
it
fact
all
that you told
mixes
us.
together. That's true. That's true. All right, so we are now halfway through training camp for your LSU Tigers, and I really love a piece by Wilson Alexander that was posted a couple of hours ago. Again, guys, head over to theadvocate.com, NOLA.com, or pick up your paper and check this out. Wilson does excellent, excellent work. Also, very stylish and incredible hair.
He does have great hair.
Great hair. A+ hair. Best hair in the beat reporter game, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So here are Wilson's main 10 takeaways. The defense will be more disruptive. And he goes on to say, look, yes, there needs to be more consistency. It's unclear as to maybe whether or not like potential big plays given up will eliminate whatever strides they've made. But if nothing else, they're going to go for it. They're creating a lot more pressure. They're blitzing a ton more. The defense has generated, just objectively, the defense has generated significantly more negative plays than it did last season. And I'll take that. Again, I believe in dictating, trying to seize the initiative. And if that comes with engaging in risk that is sometimes going to get you burned, well, guess what? It's better than last year where you were passive, being dictated to, and still getting burned, right? It's the old thing about, like, if you're going to make a mistake going 100 miles an hour. Make a mistake playing crazy. Pretty much every coach I ever played for, that was always kind of the mantra. Like, it's okay. No, you don't want to make the same mistake twice. But if you make it, make it going balls to the wall. And it sounds like that's going to be kind of the theme of this defense.
Last year had nothing that you could hang your hat on, right? It's not like, okay, man, they're going full speed. They're trying all this crazy exotic stuff. It's just not working. And, teams are really making them pay because of it. That's not the situation they had. You were on your heels. You still had missed assignments. You still had busted coverages. It was like 3 things that are supposed to be no-nos in a defensive meeting room. You did all 3.
Yep.
So, yes, to all of that, take more chances, be more aggressive. Why do you have to do that? Because right now, there's a couple of positions that you're trying to figure out, okay? You're trying to figure out the defensive line. You're trying to figure out who is going to cover someone in the back end, okay? What makes it easier on a DB, right? A good pass rush. And so, we got some guys maybe that can get after the quarterback, but I know we can be creative and get after the quarterback with Whit Weeks and Hale Perkins and all these different guys that can really come from a lot of different places on a football field and create that, okay? And same thing like for the defensive line, right? If you create that pass rush, it is going to free up things for the guys that you're still kind of waiting on, and you're counting on them, but you're waiting on them to take that next step. And so you're going to get more one-on-one matchups inside if they have to worry about Perkins and Whit Weeks coming from all over the place. And if you get an edge rusher, right, if you get one of those guys to step up and they continue to grow from what they did a year ago, so all of that aggression, sure, you're going to probably get burned a couple of times because of it.
Yeah.
But as an offensive player, and you know this as well as I do, T, like if you're just lining up and you're showing me what you're going to be and you're not aggressive, that's easy. That's the easy stuff. I can plan around that. I can be the aggressor all day long. But if you're like when you used to play against Pittsburgh back when they had, when they were winning the Super Bowl in 2008, sure, they had Jimmys and Joes, but it was more terrifying because you had no idea what Troy Polamalu was going to do.
Yeah.
You had zero idea what Lamar Woodley and James Harrison were going to do on the edges. That's what made them so scary, is because they could take those chances. And sure, Troy would try to play a coverage from the A-gap, and he couldn't quite get there, and you'd get him for 1. But that next time, he would fake you, drop back from the A-gap, and then rush the A-gap, and you've already gone into your route. He's hitting the quarterback, ball's out, they're going the other way. So I love hearing that. And, yes, it is a little bit risky, but if it's organized chaos, I think that bodes well for a defense.
Yes. Yeah, they want to muddy it up. Offense is like clean and clear pictures through which to operate.
It's easy.
Defense is more reactive. You want to make it muddy and dirty.
If you show a clean picture, and Flynn can tell us better when he gets here as well from a quarterback perspective, but if you show a clean picture, it doesn't matter what you're running. You could run literally anything, and I've got something that can beat it.
Yeah.
because I know where you're going to be. Every coverage has a route concept that's going to beat it, every single one of them. Now, if you're disguising it, if you're finding a creative way to get to it.
Trying to learn them right now?
Exactly. Then, okay, I think I've got a coverage beater. I think I'm going to run a go on the outside of post and the inside. I'm going to have the tight end go across kind of underneath. And, man, you can't beat that. Well, it's like, well, no, the defense showed you this, but they're actually going to that. You're going to throw it right into coverage.
So let's just stick with the defense here. Wilson saying the linebackers look like a strength. Harold Perkins is the defense's catalyst. He says he feels comfortable at weak side linebacker, and they got him rushing the passer in third down. He said get a little nasty, but they got a lot of depth there, right? Perkins, Greg Penn, Whit Weeks, Wes Weeks, they all deserve playing time. And as Weeks just told us, this is a defense made for linebackers to make plays. Offensively, Wilson's saying LSU clearly has its top three receivers, and it is Kyron Lacey, Chris Hilton, and C.J. Daniels. Xavier Thomas will likely have a role, he says, but he's had that hamstring issue, while Aaron Anderson, Kyle Parker, and Shelton Sampson are trying to earn that playing time. So those are kind of the three that we expected, Jake, but it appears that they are now confirmed, and I like him as a group. All different body types, all different skill sets, a varied attack that you can engage with those three on the field. He says there's a gap after Garrett Nussmeier, and this is big here, because while I do feel good about the A.J. Swan pickup, because you're getting a guy who's very experienced and if nothing else, like won't be, if it indeed is the backup, but like he won't be overwhelmed by the situation. Garrett is clearly your best quarterback and needs to be protected at all costs.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It is good to have somebody that if he has to be thrown in there, no matter where you're playing in the SEC, that's not going to be new for him. That goes a long way. And when he was at Vanderbilt, there certainly was some good times. And so he can kind of steady the ship. And then you got to count on other guys. Maybe you change up the offense a little bit. Maybe you become more run heavy. You utilize your biggest strength, which is your offensive line. But having a quarterback that the moment wouldn't be too big for him, he could truly handle it and be a game manager. That's why you went and got a player that started in the SEC. And your most talented guys are young guys. And so, like, if that didn't work, then you'd have to go to something else. But just to have a stabilizing force if your guy went down, I think that was an important pickup. And, look, you've got more resources at that position coming, right? So the cupboard's not bare. And you got one now. You've got young players now that are just young players. You've got a redshirt freshman and a true freshman and the other backups, and you're going to have the number one quarterback in the country come to campus here. So you still going to, stockpile talent.
You got a good pipeline. You have a very good room established going forward. Maybe just, this year you have a starter who's just clearly better, which is good. That's also a good place to be.
How old was Colin Hurley, Taylor, when he got here?
Like 14. He was 16.
16 years old,
Yeah, I know.
16 years old.
It's crazy to think
about.
Now,
I know I went to Evangel, but I was a little bit older than that when I got here.
I remember Hurley reclassified up.
I turned 19 the day I graduated high school. Like my ceremony that day, I turned 19.
And he got to LSU at 16.
16 years old.
All right, when we get back, we have 5 more takeaways to get to. We got some more sound as well. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Community Steel Company, CommunitySteelCo.com. You need steel. You want Community Steel. They're local. They manufacture everything themselves right there on site in Gonzales. You can go check out the machines and the product for yourself. Like, let's say you're in the business. Let's say you need a steel building, maybe just like a little steel shed to like cover an RV, anything like that, right? Like model homes right there at Community Steel, they already have them built out. You can go touch them, feel them, explore them, and that's all the product. Your purlin, your tubing, your trim, your sheet metal, any steel accessories. At the best prices with actual humans that you have relationships with. Go to Community Steel Company, CommunitySteelCo.com.
Yeah, and it never matters when we're doing this read in the show. It could be 30 minutes in, it could be an hour, it could be whatever. They're already open. Like, so 7:36, they've been open for 36 minutes. Like T-Bob said, they're ready for you in Gonzales, Louisiana. They want you to come through the showroom, and so they can show you exactly what they're about. Go to the website to find that location, CommunitySteelCo.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
The
best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $20,000 off the powerful Ram truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's Hump Day AFR, presented by Pluckers. Tigers are back on the practice field, and Brian Kelly meets with the media after. We'll let you know everything the head coach has to say. Join us Wednesday, 3 to 6. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Sexy. All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
And y'all, welcome back. OTB, rolling right along. Some of Wilson's other takeaways halfway through camp. Ashton Stamps will start. Sophomore quarterbacks made multiple picks and pass breakups against top receivers. Will he turn an LSU player? Who knows? But he's a top corner right now for a team that wants to play a lot more man coverage. So already we can see Corey Raymond's impact being felt. And this checks out. Every day it seems like you're coming in and reading about Ashton Stamps making a couple of big plays. Now, the coaches don't want him to rest on his laurels or think that he's, there already, right? Because they've been preaching the need for more consistency, but it's nice to hear about a cornerback having a pulse. Opposite of him, it's still unclear who that other corner will be. It's still Sage Ryan at this point.
Which I think we all agree that is not the best case scenario for LSU. It's good that you have the ability to use him there.
Yeah.
Because at times last year he did play well. But I don't believe, you don't believe, Taylor, like none of us believe that is the best case, because that means no one stepped up at corner, and that also means you take Sage away from the safety rotation.
Yeah, remember, they trained him at safety in spring, and they said this preseason was about cross-training him. So does that mean that they, too, ideally want to move Jair Brown, P.J. Woodland, Javian Toviano, Zy Alexander, J.K. Johnson in there? It remains to be seen. I guess there is a world where Sage looks much better there under Corey Raymond. I mean, he did enter his name in the transfer portal, and Raymond and others must have convinced him to stay and sold him on a plan that appealed to him. So it's something to watch for going forward. The only problem is, as Wilson points out, it's still kind of not clear who would be that guy. PJ Woodland and J.K. Johnson seem to be taking the most of those second-team reps, but it doesn't seem like anyone is really separated.
So if you move Sage to one of those starting corners, then you're going to have Gilbert at the free safety, and I would assume that means Jordan Allen would probably start at strong safety, and then
where does that leave McBride?
So McBride, Spears now, I guess.
Yeah,
but
Deshaun Spears.
He's pushing for time.
Yeah, my bad, Spears.
He's in that second group. He's pushing for time, but I think Jordan Gilbert, as far as safeties go, he's about as entrenched as anybody. He looks pretty good out there.
That's why you know him well. I mean, he went to school 2 miles from here, but also like you've seen him in the SEC at A&M. So, I mean, you felt good about bringing him in and what he could do and the experience. We talked about that at the quarterback position, having SEC experience. So you feel good about that. Jordan Allen's somebody that, I mean, played last year, very talented player. There's going to be a lot of pressure on him if he's a starting strong safety.
Yep. I agree. And but he seems like someone who's consistently been going with the ones as well. Savion Jones is playing really well, according to Wilson Alexander. Put together the best preseason in his career, winning more individual reps against those great tackles. Emory Jones was talking about his improved get-off.
Yeah.
And look, Savion Jones has always been really big. And 2 years ago, he flashed a lot. That was one of the more disappointing parts of last season was he kind of seemed to just get lost in the mix, whereas 2 years ago, you're like, oh, man, Savion Jones, like that's going to be maybe one of the next guys. So it seems like he's kind of regained that promise that he was showing us a couple of seasons ago. Wilson says if Kamorian Pimpton is ready, then the tight ends can create matchup problems. And he's going to have to, because one of the more disappointing parts of this camp, I think, is losing Mac Markway. But if Pimpton can fulfill his kind of natural body and looking like pass catch potential, you got Trey'Dez Green, you got Mason Taylor, that's a very strong room. Of course, Wilson goes into the running game being more creative, a lot more counters. It seems like Horn Boss is back, Jake. Shotgun sweeps to the outside with your tackle pulling out there. So probably what was it, 38 and 39, not 48 and 49? Do you have enough people out of gun to run 48 and 49? Is there a fullback that could? Is there a pseudo fullback there? Maybe the tight end. I don't know.
Yeah, but you'd have to run out of 12 personnel.
Anyway, and then the last one here, the punters need to get better. It seems like Blake Oschendorf is going to be the guy. Peyton Todd just still can't find that consistency, and Oschendorf's proven on the college level. But still, both punters need to be better. So great job by Wilson Alexander. I love these takeaways halfway through camp. The picture is starting to come together. You have an improved defense. We know who the receivers are. You got a clear quarterback. We know the offense is set, and the defense is coming online, and that's exciting. And I'm getting pumped up for to see it all here in a couple of weeks.
Punter is something that, speaking of Taylor's takes, I know, Taylor, you weren't very thrilled maybe about that competition. You still think, because you know Taylor's going to have a take on the punter.
Yeah.
You felt like it's a competition that needs to really step it up a notch?
Yeah.
And you came in the other day like mad about the punter position.
Oschendorf's good. I mean, he was
all CUSA last year, wasn't he?
Wasn't he like the leader in like yards per punt?
Yeah, it was like 46.7 or something.
Is like it's been too flat. He's had no hang time. Like he works on that. He's okay.
And then Todd just can't get it going consistently. It's crazy. Number one punter in the nation coming out of West Monroe, and just for whatever reason can't quite
he
find
had like an injury or something coming out of high school, but it was like an upper body injury, wasn't it? I mean, it was something that should not be affected. But I mean, he'll have a good punt. He'll have a really good punt, and then like two shanks. It's just there's no consistency.
I mean,
that's what Brian Kelly said in the spring and the fall.
Yeah, your hope. So our guy Patrick Fisher, he was like that his first couple of years at LSU. Man, he would get in there and he would bomb one. You're like, wait, why is he not the punter? And then same situation. and it did click for him. It clicked for him, and then he became a really good player in the SEC. He was a team captain on the national championship team, and he found that consistency, man. That he has to find that. And sometimes it comes a little bit later, because you're right. Like, you'll go to pregame warm-up, and he'll bomb one, and then the next one's off the side of his foot, and it goes 12 yards. Like, you have to find that consistency. Like, that is something that – and, look, sometimes it never comes, but it has come before for other LSU punters. And, you don't have to have the perfect punt every single time. Just hit it where you're supposed to and allow your coverage team, because now in college football with shield punts, you can't return a punt. It's almost impossible to return a punt if it's done right. So the hope is that he finds his way, because when he is on, he's as good as anybody.
More Off the Bench, closing hour one next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, allstartoyota of BatonRouge.com. Go check out the hybrids. My CN is a hybrid, and it's awesome. It gets a ton of gas mileage, especially if you're like rolling on the interstate, dude. I'm talking over 30 miles to the gallon. You save money, you never have to fill up, but you also don't have to worry about, oh my God, my car lost charge and now I'm stranded. Or I have to charge it for 8 hours. No. You still run on that gas, man. So go check out some of the incredible summer deals, end of summer deals that we have going down right now. And look, you want a Sequoia, Sienna, Camry, RAV4, you want new, used, you want a lease. It's all there at All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Go to the website today, buy new, leasing, and renting. Everything is available. So everything T-Bob laid out there, that's available in all three of those processes. Yeah. We tell you that every single day. So if you want to rent one of those vehicles for your trip to watch the Tigers this fall, go to the website, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford, and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com. Oh, by the way, we do shutters too.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Chat was asking why LSU does not have a dedicated special teams coach. This is something that, a couple of years ago, well, I'll just say this. Like, we've seen when LSU does, they tend to do much better on special teams when they do not.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said special teams doesn't matter. I said, tell that to the 2010 Chargers.
Yeah.
The number one offense in the NFL, the number one defense in the NFL, and we missed the playoffs.
It matters in, like, the most insidious of ways, in that you feel like it doesn't, but then you realize a lot of the crucial points in the game come down to the special teams.
I mean, Slade Nagel's going to run the special teams. He coaches tight ends as well, and I'm not disrespecting tight ends, but that's a position where you have only a couple of bodies. You don't have a huge room. Now, you still have to do those things with the tight ends, but you also are going to be the coordinator of special teams.
Well, and they're doing it by committee as far as position coaches. But what I was thinking nowadays, Jake, now make no mistake, Greg McMahon took over what was a completely broken LSU special teams and made it awesome. But nowadays, Jake, because of this new analyst rule, you can have like your actual kicking coach. Like if the kicker has like a coach that he works well with or something, like he can be out there helping him. Actual punting coach, like Bob Diaco, he can be involved on game day at practice. Like you can be, you can have as many. Now you don't want, obviously, like we said, you don't want too many cooks in the kitchen here. But you can have dedicated guys on staff that just don't have the title of special teams coach now.
Yeah, and if you can do it, I mean, now don't go full Billy Napier and have 73 blue polos and
I still think we need a game-changing coordinator.
Not to mean anything.
Otherwise, we're not going to be able to create turnovers.
Yeah, they didn't change the game much in a positive way there in Gainesville.
Well, they weren't doing a good job of coaching the position.
Yeah, you're one of the places that can have as many coaches as you want, and it's not going to affect your bottom line. Like you have the ability to go hire as many as you want. So I'm sure Slade Nagel's going to have a ton of help, but they do have, I mean, that is probably his main job. Like on the website, like it's special teams coordinator / tight ends.
Yeah.
So they do have a coordinator, and they're going to have plenty of analysts that can go out there and help.
What kind of sandwiches are y'all talking about in the chat, Alondra?
Schlotzky's.
Ooh, love good Schlotzky's. They still have them? They still around?
Not here. Well, I don't know if there's any here, but there's
you know what I
plenty in
made myself
Texas.
yesterday that was hitting?
What, a turkey and cheese sandwich?
No,
With
I actually
mayonnaise.
switched it up for once in my life.
Oh.
Little BLT.
Ooh.
Oh, God, dude.
You've kind of been on a BLT kick.
Yeah, I freaking love BLTs. They're incredible.
McAllister's has a really good BLT. And the best sweet tea.
Really?
Great sweet tea.
Best sweet tea.
I used to get the open face roast beef. No, it's not my wife. Those are sandwich guys, okay? Coming up next, hour 2 of OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Wednesday, August 14th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 99 in hour 2 of today's show. Matt Flynn stops by the studio for a full hour of flustering. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Shout out Brady Dalfrey. Had a rocket leg back in the day.
Left leg, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Look at me. What a teammate.
Not quite as impressive as this next guy's third leg. Matt Flynn, what's up? How we doing today, dude?
He calls that one Clayton.
Really?
Yeah, Matthew Clayton Flynn.
I call it
Pedro?
Charles is what I used to call mine growing up. And I don't know why. I thought it was funny.
Did you call
Little
it
Chuck.
King Charles?
Prince, I believe. I'm not sure why. Again. What's up, man? How we doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Yeah, MyHigh, drinkmyhigh.com. Feeling hydrated, feeling ready to go.
I'm feeling super hydrated today.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Because I own a hydration company.
Hell yeah. So you drank a bunch of MyHigh this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at my hat.
Start every morning with it.
I'm on the team.
You are on the team. That's your first time this month to do it?
No, I wear this hat pretty often. Anytime I wear Charger stuff.
But do you actually buy the product?
The Charger stuff.
But do you actually buy the product, or do you just make Matt give it to you for free?
Matt doesn't give it to me for free, but somebody else buys the product and I take it from them.
Mm-hmm.
We are
but when
not
I take
running a charity.
But when I take it, they have to do what? Order more.
That's exactly right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think Jacob might be signed up on that subscription service. So.
Yep.
There's a sub-service?
There sure
Oh,
is.
wow, imagine not knowing that.
Wow.
Imagine not knowing that.
Hey, I'm not going to take any crap from you. I
Click it
literally
and
spend
forget
so
it.
I literally spend so much of my freaking money Friday at Rouse's buying your MyHigh pack. So shut up, because I love them. And really, the popsicles again, guys, the best thing ever for the kids year round. But like especially getting through the summer, those MyHigh Freezy Pops with the electrolytes are just.
I think you'll appreciate this. I thought about you yesterday because I was on off campus and we were going over the AP poll, and Carpenter was with me, the general, and I forget which team we were talking about. I was like, and surprise, surprise. And he goes, Lance Harbor? And I was like, only Matt Flynn would have finished with Lance Harbor, and I thought you'll appreciate that because I know how much you and I both enjoy Varsity Blues.
Well, I respect the hell out of the general.
Yep. Yeah.
All of his takes.
Yeah.
His energy.
Yeah.
Passion.
He's got that. He has definitely got that. Yeah. And he is.
Don't know where it comes from.
Day one meathead. He is the day one meathead.
He's a classic meathead.
He is.
When you call somebody a meathead,
I know.
They make you look like super educated and like normal.
When he starts talking about him and AJ Hawk, because him and AJ live like a couple houses down from each other. Can you imagine?
You talking about Bobby?
Yes.
Sorry,
Can you
I missed the
imagine
setup. Okay.
Bobby Carpenter, the general, and AJ Hawk broing out over some garage beers?
Yeah. Did y'all hear that recent AJ Hawk story?
No.
I just heard it for the first time.
It's unbelievable.
Do you know it? You want to tell it?
Do we need the audio? Like, is there audio that we can play of it so
I'm
we can
sure
hear it
there
live?
I'm sure there is. If we want to like maybe set up the tease for that so we can get
look up
the
AJ
full,
Hawk, Kirk Herbstreit. Google
the full
it.
story. It's good. So that's a little tease, little dangle in
Little
front of
radio
you.
magic right
Yeah.
there.
Matt, how do you feel about the depth chart at guard right now for this LSU Tiger football team?
Love it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think's in line to be the twos?
The left and the right.
Yeah.
Second guy.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, true, actually. Now, in a less tongue-in-cheek way, have you heard any? Have you? Has your network of LSU contacts and whatnot? Have you heard anything about the quarterbacks, about your boy Nuss, about the receivers, defense, anything? Have you gotten any camp info trickle down your way?
Because we saw you were out there taking pictures.
You were out there. I did not see this.
You and the head man, you and Nuss Bus, you and Joe Sloan.
Look at you, little brown nose and Brian, huh?
Quarterback.
Little brown nose and Brian. Look at you.
Look, dreams really do come true. I got to meet Nuss.
Fired
up, baby.
If that's the first time you met him?
Wait, no, y'all have worked together. Y'all have worked together plenty in the past, right? Yeah.
Because I was about to say, if anybody has championed for Garrett Nussmeier in his time in Baton Rouge, it has been Matt Flynn.
We had to secretly, I guess the statute of limitations is up here, but we did have to drag Matt across the Jaden Daniels finish line for a bit.
Now he's fully in.
Yes, no, I agree.
He's fully in.
I agree. But Matt has a high bar. But then again, like a few weeks ago, I tried to, I brought up some like projected stats. I think you were out, Jake, but I brought up some projected stats that Nuss supposed to get. And it was something crazy, like 3,800 yards, 33 touchdowns. And I put it to Matt, and I was like, this is like too much, right? And Matt was like, no, like he can do this.
I was on the old Zoom.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, he was like, he can do this.
Yeah,
so
people like to, even someone the other day was talking to me, and I think it was somebody I was talking to at practice too. I can't remember where it was. They're like, yeah, well, he's, it hadn't looked great when he came in the fourth quarter, and I'm like, no, you can stop right there. I don't care about your opinion anymore.
And if anybody knows, coming into the fourth quarter with the bomb squad, it's my guy Flynn.
Yeah, boy, it's the worst.
You know how many times me and Flynn had to line up against North Texas and finish a game?
Hey, it's nothing you want to do less when you're up by like 40 than go in the fourth quarter.
God,
no.
I mean, I was kind of excited because it was my first 2 years. I'd go from fullback and I get a chance to run the football, but then I'd look up and I'd be like, man, This is the O-line out here with me and Matt, huh?
And like for people that have never like played football, it doesn't probably make much sense because like, man, you want your opportunity to go out there and play, but it's like you're in a absolutely no win.
I think it depends on if you're young or you're an upperclassman too. An upperclassman in that situation, you're kind of like this. But like, I don't know. I remember being pretty freaking hungry when I was getting my first reps as like a freshman or sophomore O-lineman.
Like, it's a different position because you're going in there to like hit. Like, you're like, I'm going to go in there and hit.
Oh, yeah, you're just handing off,
like,
I guess.
I'm getting hit.
And I'm running against 8-man boxes.
And the only time I'm going to throw if it's like 3rd and 8 and like it's a known passing down.
Yeah.
And you're going to do it out of 21 personnel with 2 people in route.
That's true.
I'm going to fake a zone to the right and throw one receiver out route.
Okay, so you've been out to practice. You know, you're out there brown nosing Coach Kelly, high-fiving Nuss.
I saw a chest bump.
What did you see? How you feeling about our boy?
Yeah. About Nuss?
Yeah, did anything stand out to your practice? Like the defense, did anything stand out to you?
I went out to the practice Saturday. First of all, very well hydrated team.
Yeah,
so I'm excited about that. And then
that's why I've taken the over on Arizona, but continue.
No big deal.
Yep.
There was 2 things that happened at practice. Like the offense looked great. 7-on-7. I think I was listening to some other shows. Yeah, the offense looked really good in 7-on-7.
Wait,
and
you cheating on us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why don't you just
listen to
our show?
I'm a sports guy.
Multiple times.
I'm a sports
all
guy.
day.
When I will say when I go to the office, I'll put you on the YouTube.
Yeah, there you go.
On the YouTube.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Dude.
Sorry. Yes. As long as it's 104.5.
Offense looked great, especially on 7-on-7, which is expected.
Yep.
I also hear like, oh my gosh, I'm so worried about the defense because offense looks so good on 7-on-7. Yeah, it's supposed to. Yeah. Like the offense is.
It's an offensive slanted drill.
Yes.
Like you can't make any judgments about it. Like you could try to like nitpick like one-on-one battles and things like that. But like until you get into a team situation, like when in 2012 when I was in Seattle, like I think there was a day in training camp where I went like 21-22 with like 8 touchdowns at 7-on-7.
Wow, you went full Chris Sims or Phil Sims.
And just for a heads up, I didn't win the job.
Yeah,
and that was the Legion of Doom.
True.
So
true.
Let's call it what it is. 7-on-7 is a great drill.
God,
Timing.
We got some dudes.
Oh, we had some dudes. Man, they were tough.
The Pearl.
But I was impressed. Very impressed with the offense, but the defense did some good things. They disguised a lot of pressures. The offense did not recognize the pressures a couple of times, which is a good and bad thing, I guess.
So I was waiting.
I'm going to side with good there, just because like I need the defense to have a pulse.
Yeah.
Well, I was waiting till you got here, and we mentioned it like at 7:30. Like the defense, everything for them is new. For the offense, even though you have a new coordinator, I mean, look, Joe Sloan was heavily involved in the play calling. You got Cortez Hankton. You got the same offensive line coach. A lot of the same. Nussmeier's been here for 4 years.
Yeah.
Like their continuity and the language that they speak, it's all the same. And like for the defense, all of that's new. And so that's going to happen throughout the progression of camp. You're going to get better. But also you and I mean, we would sit there and text back and forth during the games. The defense last year, they would just line up on their heels, play cover 4 and be bad at it. Like, so the fact that you're talking about disguise they didn't try to disguise it.
Yeah.
And you as a quarterback, I was going to wait till you got here to explain it better than we could. Like, if you're a quarterback and you come out and you're like, oh, my God, they're playing quarters and they're not even trying to hide it, there's nothing that they can do to stop you.
Yeah. And you know, I don't talk good about quarters at all, but, like, the only time it's good is, like, when you throw it in, like, as a wrinkle.
Yeah.
Like, not when it's your base.
Not when it's on the marquee.
Yeah,
you don't want quarters on the marquee.
Yeah, not when it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, an obvious pass down, and you're running in quarters.
Yeah.
Like, that's –
and you don't even try to hide it.
You don't even try to hide it. And then you got to stop playing for it. And it's just a lot of stuff happening. But
I mean,
like the
my
defense,
second-grade quarterback can get to a route to beat quarters if you show it.
I was encouraged by that. Like, yeah, maybe they're still a couple of years away from having the exact personnel that they really want, but like at least they're showing some stuff. They're showing some juice. There was a lot of celebrating. I mean,
it was the energy. I mean,
it was the energy
defensive
from
players
practice.
Consistently every time they talk about Blake Baker. They talk about the energy.
Yeah.
Every single sound clip we have is about the energy and the attitude that he brings and how much better it is this year compared to last year.
Yeah, and like I think that was when we would text during games last year. That's the frustrating part about like ex-players at LSU. It's not only like schematics is one thing, but like when you're not having the energy, and you kind of accept getting blocked or accept getting beat. Like that's
just
what
rolling
really,
over and taking it.
Yeah, that's what really frustrates you. But
it's kind of what changed LSU's culture. I mean, you were here before I was, but we were here kind of in the early years. You were here for that first national championship. I mean, the talent was always there in Louisiana and the surrounding areas, but like that's what the golden age of LSU football was built on.
Right.
It was built on the things that you're talking about. I'll never forget you against Texas A&M. You and I both went to the game in person. You sat a little bit behind me, and every time that you would go to the concession stand with your kiddos, you'd come back and just the things you would say about the defense. And me and my oldest son were talking about the things, and we all just have like a little powwow right there talking about how bad it truly was. Like that is a core memory for me.
During that A&M game,
it is.
During that A&M game, the defense was literally. You ever seen like an old blacksmith shop? They got that giant bellows.
Yeah.
They took the Heisman and they put it in the flame and they were just pumping away. Like they were trying their damnedest to melt it. And Jaden snatched it out and said, "Get the hell out of here, dude."
You're no kidding. We said that. Like, we were like, Heisman Trophy. They're costing him. It's gone. He's out here doing the Lord's work.
Freaking, we were about to burn down Don Juan's cigar bar, I think.
Jade threw like
just
7
mob
straight
rage.
fire back shoulder fades.
Yeah.
But it made the legend of Jaden Daniels so much better because the defense was so bad.
True.
Yeah, that was so frustrating. Like, because I know this day and age with NIL and kind of the semi-professional athlete, whatever you want to call it, like it's different, the pageantry, like the passion that people play with. But like as former players, it's like, man, like that the mentality was driven into us, and everyone kind of had it that like winning's expected, and
like when you start bringing up that conversation, you know, the first groups that I think about, our offensive line in 2007 and T-Bob's offensive line in 2011, okay? No NFL players.
Yeah.
But you know what it was? It was mean, nasty, tough. They were going to find a way.
Yeah.
The technique wasn't always coaching clinic, but it didn't matter. Their guy didn't touch us. And, again, it wasn't a lot of pro guys. Now, do I think there should have been some pros? I do, but there wasn't, okay? But they were damn good college football players that worked in unison, got the job done every single time with the things that you're talking about. So, on the now is offensive line. On the flip side of that, like I didn't see some of that from the defense last year, the defensive line. And so if that's something that Blake Baker can get out, because I don't know what it was, and T, you were part of both those rooms. Maybe you can speak on it better than I can. Y'all had something that y'all were not going to be denied.
I think Bo Davis will likely get that out of this D line. I mean,
I'm not
I don't
worried
know,
about
dude.
it now,
It's like
but
you
last
said,
year
dude,
it
you just got to
was-
be mean. I guess it's hard to be mean though when you're getting your ass kicked, right? But like, you know, we used to keep score and you would get points for cheap shots. Like how many punches could you get away with? How much?
Greg Williams probably called you and loved it.
How much dirty play could you get away with and not get a penalty? And you got bonus points if it got caught on the TV copy.
You go back and watch the
now,
Cox,
sometimes you would get in
replay
trouble.
of the game.
I remember Jurassic back in the day. The SEC commissioner called him and got mad at him because there was a sky cam shot of the pile at Alabama, and Josh gets about 6 punches to the ribs, pop, 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 right there in quick succession. But like, that's the attitude that you got to have, dude.
It's the best.
But again, that's hard, I guess, if you're getting your ass kicked. Until last year, they just rolled over and accepted it.
Right. And
I don't know.
And I don't know how you took that out of guys that we know have it. Like Mekhi Wingo is those things. Like he's the guy that we're talking about, and even Mekhi last year.
Yeah.
Until the bowl game. Now, the bowl game, you
I think
could tell.
injuries also played a role with Mekhi last year, and then just the overall.
But that's a guy that I know loves football.
Yes.
I know he's the ultimate football guy. He played more snaps than anybody in the country at his position the year before and did it at an All-American level.
Yeah.
And then, like, the Monstars came and take his talent. It ain't just that. It's because of the most disconnect I've ever seen in my life. And again, I have no idea. I wasn't there. None of us were there. But I've never seen a disconnect like that. I mean, you can't play with like they played. You can't be a yard off the football, and you can't.
That was the worst.
I mean, when you showed me that, it was shocking to me.
I mean, that's where it's almost like you can see what they're being coached leads into a lack of aggression because you're literally a yard off the ball. I mean, I remember going to Ed Ogeron camp at Ole Miss back in the day, and him talking about credit card. Like, I want to be able to get a credit card between you and the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And have a plan of attack, blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff. So
I mean, you could put like 3 cleats between the offense and defensive line last year for LSU. You know, well, maybe three of mine, not three of yours. I'm talking about. I want to make sure we get.
You put 3 of Willie B's with how bad they were
I don't know
lining
about
up.
that.
Hey, guess what, boys?
What?
It's 2024.
That's right, baby.
It's 2024. We're gonna be awesome. Lincoln Riley's never had a quarterback probably throw for less than 100. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Nuss gonna throw for 4K.
Wow. That actually, yeah.
Hot take. If you want a good parlay this year for some futures,
Not that you've looked at it at all.
Nuss, I'll parlay him as All SEC and Aaron Rodgers as NFL MVP.
So
that's the Flynn special right there.
Okay, we have to go to break. So we don't get too crazy the clock. I want to explore the Nuss All SEC thing. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I want you to go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com is the website. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge is right there off of Airline and Goodwood. That's the dealership, man. For anything that you may need, you want to cruise in style this summer, check out some of the great fall football season deals we got going on your 4Runners, your Camrys, your Highlanders, your RAV4s, your Tundras, Tacomas, Siennas, Sequoias, dude. I told you my buddy the other day got his mom's Sequoia, and that thing is fire. And even the Toyota certified used vehicles still come with that Toyota Care warranty. So what are you waiting for? Anything you need, it's all there. The best price, best selection. It's All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Go to the website today. Reserve your vehicle for your trip to go watch the Tigers play this fall. Remember, everything is available. So if you need something bigger, the Sequoia T-Bob just told you about, the Sienna minivan, those are available in the rental process as well. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. We're having some fun today, flestering, rolling right along. You know it's football season because the fellas are breaking down some flag. We're still talking flag, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, head over to Elite Football for all your football training needs.
I will say, so we were able to practice in there last night, EliteTrainingAcademyBR.com, to find more information. Man, we are super excited to bring this to Baton Rouge. And I was just telling Matt, like, it's so hot outside. And we've got basically a full indoor. And when you practice in there compared to when you practice outside, it's like, you know, we in training camp, we should get a bone.
Wow, so you're already just raising the next soft generation.
No, so we practice outside.
Brian Kelly out here acclimatizing to
we
the
practice, so twice a week, one inside, one outside. And I tell you what, the stuff you can get done in the indoor compared to outdoors. Now, we're going to have outdoor fields as well.
The Gen Z are you talking about?
Hey, look, T-Bob, just let them know how great the business is with
It is
the
great
indoor.
business.
Thank
It is
you.
great business. It's great.
So, yeah, you should go check it out. Elite Training BR. Elite Training Academy BR.
For real, though. It is.
I've been over there once. It's a pretty prime time.
Oh, wow, you didn't even call me.
I saw you when I was there.
I know.
Jesus.
We were there for G-String's retirement
Jake,
party.
What are you,
I'm kidding. You know who wasn't there? You know who wasn't there?
I know. I screwed up on the retirement party. That's on me. And I
Hey, you can go to the next one.
Huge a-hole.
Like you don't even care what he did for you.
I feel
30
like
years.
a huge.
Wow, 30 years.
30 years of service. And
A-hole.
T-Bob probably wouldn't play tennis that
Maybe
night.
if it was 40 years, he would have come.
Look, y'all know me. One of my weaknesses is
remembering
being selfish. Yes. Yeah.
That?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, like it's those are one and the same. You know, remembering and being selfish. I feel like those are one and the same. Because if I was less wrapped up in myself, then I would have remembered, right? But I did not.
But it is weird though, because I don't feel like you're, I don't feel like you're a selfish person.
It's
I don't
not
think you don't focus on you.
I've had
necessarily.
to come to the realization that regardless of what the motivations are, the end results are the end results. I don't think I'm an a-hole. I think I'm pretty empathetic.
I think you are too.
But I let a lot of stuff like that slip through the cracks. Like I'm not a good gift giver. I'm not like I just look. These are truths that I've had to try to accept, and then I can maybe work on to try to get better at them.
I'm gonna sympathize with you too, because I don't feel like I'm a selfish person, but I'm really bad at like prioritizing my time.
Yeah,
like I suck at having a cell phone. I suck at it.
Yeah, me too.
So
well,
like
you're not
all
as
the
bad as him,
people,
but you're
all of
bad.
my loved ones and friends, like I don't text you back. It's nothing personal. I don't text anybody back.
So that's my point, though. Again, I don't feel like that's selfish in my mind, but functionally it is.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Like,
so that's where I'm.
like
that's where
even
I'm
like
at,
for
too.
the G-Strings party, like I had to tell Lacey about it because she'll remember. Like I would have.
Yeah.
Odds are I would have forgotten about it.
God, I
So,
can't
like,
believe I missed it. That's all.
You know what's funny? Because I knew both of you and I knew who y'all were. I wrote y'all the day before, just like as a hey, are y'all
I don't
going to
even
this
remember getting that
reminder?
message.
I even sent the invitation.
I don't even remember getting that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I sent the invitation to you.
Bro.
I don't remember getting that. You're probably late bobbing.
In that bottle?
No, I was here. I was no. I do know that.
Are you
weekend I
Are
was
you
indeed
are
hitting
you
the
going
bottle.
to the lake this weekend?
Yes.
How far is that from Shreveport?
Hour and a half.
So I'm going to be signing at GeekCon in Shreveport
GeekCon.
on Friday and Saturday.
I saw some.
It's going to be in
posters for
Shreveport.
GeekCon
Shout
at the
out,
video game store.
shout right by where 50 Cent had his event. But I was thinking like an hour and a half's a little. I thought it was like an hour. I was saying you could bring the kids. I get you into GeekCon. They could go walk around and you could enjoy it.
Wait. Why are you
as
sounding
well.
like
That would be great.
Like, you're immediate. That's like the opposite of
I
a
know.
geek thing.
So it's me.
Is that right?
Todd Walker. Yeah.
Like you
But I would
Bob
no,
Lilly.
no. But
who
collectors
I'm sure
are
Taylor-
collectors, right? There's a lot of crossover.
Fair enough.
There's a lot of crossover in geek and sports collection culture, right?
Sure.
Like people who love playing cards probably love like rare Magic cards and rare Pokemon cards. Like there's a lot of that sort of stuff. So
All right, let's see if we can find like some
collectors are collectors.
some details here.
I
of,
would, but I can't get there till Friday night, And so really it's almost like a one-day thing where it's like we're just going to blow out Saturday with lake activities and head back early Sunday.
Hydration.
Didn't even want to come see, your guy.
Nah.
The kid that played in E.T. is going to be there.
What?
Billy Zane's going to be there.
Billy Zane?
Billy Zane's going to be there, yeah.
Billy Zane was the Bombs and Phantoms.
Yeah. The voice of Mickey Mouse is going to be there.
Line from
Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite's going to be there. Kerr Smith from Dawson's Creek's going to be there.
Well, now I know you two are in.
Sheesh. I'm trying to find out.
This is good.
Good luck finding the homo now. I watched a TikTok. I saw you perk up there, Lon. That's not me saying that. It's from an old episode of Dawson's.
Bob Lilly,
you can
Cowboy.
get in trouble for quotes.
There's an old episode of Dawson's Creek, apparently.
Rafael
where there was,
is going to be there.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Holy 1994 Texas Rangers.
Yeah. Billy Sims.
But there's an old episode of Dawson's Creek.
Oh, is
where,
that the clip you sent?
Yes, where they have a player who's gay on the team. And the strategy at half, in a way that is not offensive at all, I'm sure, it didn't feel so at the time, was to put makeup on everybody on the team and have them wear the same number. And then as the guy's lining up, he tells the opponent, good luck finding the homo now. And that's supposed to be like them sticking up for like they're allies, like for their homosexual brethren. And you know what? Sometimes
they meant well.
They meant well. Sometimes it's a thought that counts.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I've watched
it's
a lot of Creek,
that
and I
counts.
don't remember that.
I sent that clip the other day, and because I was like, "This show's crazy. Y'all are crazy."
I didn't watch.
So did me, Flynn, and Kyle Williams used to watch a little Creek at WCA? We did.
So what?
Something that happens.
Maybe skip a little class to watch it sometimes.
A little.
Did we watch the OC?
What was it? Yeah, I used to love the OC.
I did, but not as deep as we were into.
I probably kind of stopped after but you say that was maybe the last episode that I really remember. I know the SNL skit's incredible. What about okay, I'm just thinking about college shows that used to be on in the dorm that we used to love.
The Hills.
How It's Made.
Yeah.
How It's Made.
Who doesn't love
Laguna Beach.
How It's Made?
Laguna Beach was definitely talked about. Jordan Reaver loved
Dirty
Laguna
Jobs
Beach.
with Mike Rowe.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Banger.
That was a good one.
Cash Cab. Yeah, fake, but still fun.
God, that hurt me. That hurt me. Yeah. Found out later.
I mean, it's anything. All reality TV is basically actors, right? We know this now.
It's reality.
But it could be like even Cash Cab's a situation where like, yeah, the actor, it's an actor who signs up and they know they're doing something, but they don't know the questions, So it's like, or at least maybe they do. I don't
I feel like we're missing one here.
The issue I had with
You and
Cash Cab,
ICW.
anytime they'd be
One
like,
day
you want to
ago.
ask the
Mythbusters?
person on the street, 10 times out of 10 knew the answer to the question. I don't think I ever saw them ask someone on the street that did not know the answer.
Mythbusters. If you throw this heavy weight into the water before you fall from the plane, will it break your fall?
Hell yes.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have a weight if I'm falling out of a plane.
I mean, do you get more or less
It could be your
wet?
carry-on.
Do you get more or less wet if you run in the rain? Because remember, you used to hear that, if you walk in the rain, you're actually like you're hitting less rain, so you get less wet. Not true.
That can't be true.
What about
Wasn't BMS on CW?
BMS?
Blue Mountain State.
That's
I never
Taylor's.
watched it.
That's Taylor's.
I never watched it.
Right,
It's a
you
little
love
behind
that,
my
right?
time.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
I'm starting.
I
I'm
mean,
rewatching it.
Taylor
right now.
Taylor
I
has
used to
a
watch
picture
it
of
with
Thad
my
Castle
brother
above his
and
bed.
his football bros. We would all watch.
There was Spike TV had like a 3 or 4 year run. That's pretty good.
1,000 Ways to Die.
Yeah,
Spike TV classic.
Good shit.
Is Spike TV like FX now? Like, didn't it the same kind of
Yeah, I
premise
think
like
so.
originally?
I don't know, but FX can show like nipples and curse.
Oh, they
now
can
and stuff.
cuss, yeah.
It's crazy.
Nipples?
Yeah, nipples.
We've gone too far.
I saw nipples in Shogun.
Yeah, we have.
Now I don't know if
Waiters
that's
on the
okay
glass,
though.
the Alano Club?
That just ain't right. That just ain't right.
That just ain't right.
I just had another great show. Oh, Man vs. Food. Y'all remember Man
Man
vs.
vs.
Food?
Food,
Man
yeah.
vs. Food was tight back then.
I
Somebody
used-
mentioned Bizarre Foods.
I used to go to sleep to Good Eats. With Alton Brown.
And he would
Oh,
like
yeah.
That
break
Oh,
it down.
great,
taught me
dude.
so much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
scientific
So-
in his breakdowns.
That was the goat of all cooking shows.
But it was on super late.
I did
It was on
used to
Super Late,
love
Yeah, he's a night boy.
some Japanese Iron Chef.
He used to
though.
be.
Yeah, the original. I didn't like the American version.
No. The original Japanese Iron Chef was really fantastic as well.
And that is how you tease Garrett Nussmeier being an all SEC quarterback.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Okay, so the only
Secret
point-
ingredient,
the only-
shark fin.
The only point I was going to say on that is Maybe why I don't love that bet is how many all-SEC teams are there for the bet to win? Does he have to make first, second, or third?
There's 3, correct?
Right? So he just has to
I have
make
no
one of
idea.
those?
He's going to be the best.
Okay. Because I'm going to say, because you kind of have the big 4 in Carson Beck,
Jackson Dart,
Jalen Milroe, and Quinn
Brady
Ewers.
Cook.
And Brady Cook.
I'll
yeah,
say this.
The big
If-
5.
I believe if it can be like an objective opinion on just this season, Garrett will be the best quarterback.
Really?
Yes.
Above all those guys I just named?
Yes, I do.
He's saying, but you come into the season with notions of who you're going to
you
be.
got your CDL? You're driving that nuts bus pretty hard over there,
This
Bo.
man used to send me a bus emoji like back when Max Johnson was a quarterback at
Told
LSU.
you,
Okay?
when Garrett's first year here, I went to multiple practices, to watch somebody else that was there.
Yeah.
And every time I try to watch him, I would like look over and be like, wait, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Like, that's the guy I want to watch.
You're like Nick Saban when he showed up at Evangel and saw Hess.
So, like you can.
Who's that nose guard running the ball, baby?
Yeah, dude.
Y'all can persecute me. You can stone me. Whatever you want to do.
I'm not. I don't want to tell you. I want you to be right.
No, I
just want to see your
watching a quarterback play.
Right.
That is a better quarterback than most everybody else
I
in
am.
college.
I am letting our listeners know. And I mean this sincerely. Like when I say this man told me this story the day after it happened, like he has been on Garrett Nussmeier as a thrower of the football.
Thrower of the football.
Like
He just
the
had-
way
he had-
that he can
had to-
spin it.
He had to clean some of his like discipline stuff out, eye discipline and decision making, and he has done that. And just for the record, who was the first person that said Burrow would win the Heisman?
You were.
Me. This
Really?
boy.
Oh God, hey, Matt was like when I say he was way ahead of everybody else. He said it in 2018. He's like he'll win a Heisman before he leaves here.
I heard Panamsky told his wife he was going to win the Heisman before the initial recruiting.
I was wrong earlier
Well-
about Jaden, but I think everybody kind of was.
Yeah.
as
Well,
Yeah, for sure.
But Flynn's is on record though.
That's true.
You go back to hanging with Hester.
Now, did I make that
archives, if
call
those still
because
exist.
of a tire wrestling video? Yep.
He did. He beat
Sure
Pete
did.
Warner in the tie wrestling
Look,
contest.
Pete Warner,
You're
Pete
still
Warner
right.
makes a lot of money
still
to
made
play
it.
NFL linebacker.
He does.
I have a text to my dad calling Jaden Daniels before the season started and Nick Saban
Really?
retiring.
Wow.
That's that'd be a good future.
Bien, bien.
Did anybody here bet on Joe to win the Heisman in 19 and make a little coin?
I did.
No.
I did.
I bet most money of anybody.
I know you're $7 bets,
No. They got up to $20.
but at that time you were $7.
They're going to go back down to 7 this year.
I got a little Jaden mid-season.
Go back down.
Yeah, we're going to go back. We're
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, sorry. We're
back down.
pontoon
a little bit.
parlay is
but
gonna
it's
be
okay.
7.
It's okay. We're back down a little bit, but you know what? Nowhere to go but up. Dude.
That's right.
Nowhere to go but up.
Last year, as soon as I saw Jaden's
And I did not bet on Joe to win the Heisman.
like Jaden flip.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like it flipped. Like you could see it pretty clearly.
Yeah.
Like from 1 week to the next.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay, he gets it.
Not that it's the only reason why, but it does correlate when he got real into that VR machine, and then he kept using it more and more and more. I wonder if Nuss
There's
is
a lot. There's a
grinding
lot
it
to
in the
that.
same way.
I know Jaden benefited a lot from it.
It seems great to me.
What can that, for us that, meatheads, what can that do for you at the quarterback position? Like seeing things like that play out in front of you in real time.
Well, so I never had like the benefit of it. They had the
Y'all
VR,
had
like
the-
the Oculus came out when I was still playing.
Okay, but didn't
it was
we
like-
get the walkthrough from Green Bay?
Yeah, so it wasn't really technically like VR, but it
Right.
was like a big. We called it the Crick in Green Bay, like a big field that was like it was regulation width, but it was only
Yeah.
like 20 yards.
Yeah.
But you had this huge screen, like a big movie screen in front of you, and you could do walkthroughs there.
Yeah.
So you could walk through, and so instead of lining up like a scout team, like the third stringers on defense, and it takes like a minute every time you line up, you could get like 3 reps to every
Right.
one you could do with like people. So you get more reps. But I know like the VR that they're working with is like a little
It's
bit
even
more
cooler.
a little
'cause
bit
you're in
more
the headset. I mean, you're
it's
literally
more of a
in
headset.
the stadium. They even have the play clocks for each stadium where they're supposed
Yeah,
to be and everything.
that's pretty cool.
And it's
You're
really just
truly visualizing.
Yeah, for a quarterback and for like
I would've
offensive
loved it for
lineman and running
center.
back, it's just like eye control. Like
Yeah.
where's your eyes going? What
Yes.
are you looking at? And I know you can. The benefit for them is that you can run it at real time, and then as you get really good at it, you can speed it up. So now you're going at like twice as fast as the game goes.
Yeah.
And so like if you can train really fast, your eye control, like okay, safety's coming down left. Oh, we
Right.
gotta blitz
Well-
off the side. Where am I going with it? then the game practice seems slower.
I always thought there was huge value too, and like seeing it on film with a bird's eye view is different than seeing at field level, right? And so being able to get field level is massive to me.
I mean, I would assume at that position for sure.
Yeah,
being able to,
like that's the ultimate like armchair quarterback is like,
Yeah.
oh, he's wide open.
Yeah.
God,
I'm watching it from 45 feet up and end zone copy.
What's the worst is like a cornerback like backside falls down and like the receiver's wide open down the sideline.
coverage doesn't
But
tell
the
you to look
coverage,
there,
like
yeah.
you're looking to the right, and they're like, "What's this idiot looking at?"
I'm a freak. I'm
the 11 guys trying to kill me.
on NCAA 25. I'm basically a disembodied god floating above the play, and I still can't know where to go with the ball, dude. And I panic and get sacked and stuff. Like
So
it's like every time you've yelled at the TV, you are now the quarterback holding onto the ball too long.
So I think one of the things for Nussmeier that's been a question, I know we got a break, is he's always pushed the ball down the field, look for the big play, and it reminded me of a Brad Johnson quote. All right, and I think Nussmeier has learned this.
Okay. We
You
used to love
can't
Brad
go
Johnson.
broke if you're always making a profit.
Oh, there you go, dude. You can't go broke if you're already making a profit.
And that, to me, talking to the quarterback, if it's not there, right, make a profit on the play. And I think Garrett Nussmeier has learned that, which is one of the things that he had to learn.
Yeah, he did that the other day on it was a live drill. It was like 4th and 10. And 4th and 10, you're like, okay, you got to push it down the field.
Mhm.
He had a check down because this check down was one-on-one with a linebacker. And like everyone else was deep.
Give the ball to the playmaker in
they
space
did it,
and let him do it.
And what'd the guy do? He absolutely ran over the linebacker, made the first down.
Yep.
Was that the Cale Jackson high? Was that on 4th and 10?
Yeah, it was.
That is when Flynn's like, 28.
I texted him. I was like, who's 28?
Yeah.
They can't tackle.
All right, we got to go to break. We got to go to break. A couple short segments coming up. Keep it locked. OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Say, fellas, did you just get engaged? Congratulations. I have just an excellent idea for you, okay? You want to show that you care, you're involved, get massive brownie points very early on in the relationship. Go to your fiance and be like, hey, babe, what's up? Look, so I got a couple ideas for maybe some potential venues. She's like, what? You go, yeah, look, there's Park 73, there's Oak Park. Just go to oakparkevents.com. That's Oak Park Events, PARC. And you have a couple of different venues to choose from. As I said, Oak Lodge is great. It's got this beautiful brass and wood bar, this old rustic sort of New Orleans type of feel. Whereas if you want something a bit more nature, a bit more wide open, there's Park 73. Set up consultations to turn both guys. They have done thousands of weddings, okay? And it's a turnkey service that you customize to your liking. So get those brownie points, start the relationship off on a great foot. Go to oakparkevents.com today.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
The best.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
You don't believe me that I quarterbacked the Tiger Ball championship winning team at Auburn football camp when I was younger under Tommy Tuberville? Because I did.
No, I do. I said, I love your trip to Auburn. You told us about the girl you met who was dipping that time.
Well,
Your
no, that
trip
was
to
in high
Auburn
school. That was in high
sounds
school.
Phenomenal.
It was fun. That was in high school. This was like when we were little kids.
Girl dipping is crazy.
Yeah. Big, hot blonde, too.
Gosh.
Blew my mind in high school. Even though now I feel like you see girls zinning all the time, but no, this was like a big old
Never seen a girl zin.
lipper. Maybe it's just all the Swedish women I've been hanging out with.
Maybe.
I'm
I think
just
some
kidding.
girls
I saw
do
one
some zins on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm about to say I saw like one TikTok of like 3 Swedish girls with zen. But the Swedes do love zen. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's where like snus and stuff started.
Old church dip.
Probably brought a lot of wealth to their country.
Snus bust. Yeah. So did they remain neutral? Am I getting Switzerland and Sweden confused?
Switzerland
is neutral.
Yes. Not Sweden, though?
Nope.
What did Sweden do in World War II? I have no idea. Let's check on them. Let's make sure we're cool with them.
They probably won. Let's check on them.
Yeah, let's do a little
1942.
Let's see if they're cool or not.
Can we do a little Swede check-in here to know how I should feel about them?
That was like one of the first things that popped up when I typed in what did Sweden. It was like do in World War. You know how?
Oh yeah. Okay, see, great minds think
It was
alike.
neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
one of
exactly.
nine.
That's how they made all their money.
Switzerland situation.
Then why do I always talk about Switzerland like being neutral?
Switzerland
like that's a
is
joke.
still neutral.
Right, I know.
Like,
but
Yeah, it's like Switzerland's whole deal. That and having massive underground nuclear bunkers built all throughout the mountain.
I said that on off campus one time. I was with like Hartsock or whatever, and I was like, I don't know. I'm not really one way or the other. I'm kind of Switzerland on this. He's like, you can't say that. I'm like, they're neutral.
What do you
That's
mean?
what they are.
Hey, bro.
They've
Wait,
always
so
been
you were being
neutral.
offensive?
Yeah, I'm like
Hold
they've always
on.
been neutral. What do you mean?
Hold
they
on.
are.
Yeah.
I should have read a little more. It was less firm after Germany occupied Norway and Denmark, and they signed a transit agreement with Germany that allowed German troops and goods to pass through Sweden. So
Well, but Switzerland
a
did the
survival
same.
thing.
Switzerland did the same thing. They acted as the bankers for the Nazis.
Yeah.
They held all their stolen artworks
So-
and gold bars and everything. God, wouldn't it be so badass to have a bunch of gold bars?
Well, yeah,
Ooh.
it would.
Like you open up a
You should
treasure chest, a
probably
bunch of
start
gold
buying
bars.
gold.
Sick.
Or better than a treasure chest, one of those old like Indiana Jones crates. You open it up and it's just hay and straw and gold bars. Hell yeah, dude.
Honestly, you should probably start investing in gold with the way that the
Gold chain.
markets and economy and all that
Bingo.
Yeah.
Right here.
Nothing matters.
What,
It's
what
all
they-
fake.
A
Who cares?
1908
Gold and some
Olympic
ammo.
gold medal was real gold.
Yes,
1908,
last time they made it a real solid gold one. Now they're
Wait,
only
they're not gold
What
now?
is it
no,
then?
they're silver.
There's a limit. That's
That's
kind of
so
like
dumb.
a golden necklace.
They're
It's
like
probably
they're
got a little
90%
gold.
silver now.
That's so dumb.
Oh, did y'all see the?
I feel cheated.
We're
Did y'all
just
see the
taking
video
away
of the
meaning.
guy?
You think
who
they
was
were
like-
giving away 1,000 gold bars?
Yeah. It's the Olympics.
God.
Is
There was
that-
a video of
I
a
mean,
guy.
They'd be worth, I think, if they were truly full gold. Sorry to cut you off, Taylor. They'd be $45,000 a piece if they were true gold.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I mean, at least, right?
I saw the numbers.
Okay,
Like 46 and some change. Yeah.
At least give like the 100-meter dash pure gold.
Yeah.
Like, let's just give
these
like 4
events.
or 5
They're tier
out.
1. That's
Yeah.
the reason people tune in. You get real
Yeah,
gold.
like sorry, steeplechase. We
Yeah.
love you.
Yeah, we love you. We appreciate you.
You get aluminium.
Or what about maybe now individual would still be
Did y'all
tough.
see the new events coming?
Softball, baseball are coming back.
Softball, baseball. Yep.
Yes, shout out.
They're not doing
Unfortunately,
boxing.
breakdancing's done.
They're not doing boxing either.
They're not?
They're bringing cricket, flag football.
Oh, flag football.
And
something
with a racket. What is it?
Pickleball.
Pickleball?
So what is flag football the new breakdancing then?
What?
Like, is flag football going to be tight? I don't know. Like breakdancing, I was like all
Flag
about
football
it.
is pretty.
I was
Why
very.
were you all about
I was-
breakdancing?
What?
Why?
Well, no, I was trying to be positive because I liked that's my favorite part of the Olympics are all these crazy events I never watch. But breakdancing sucked.
It was awful.
Even beyond like Rachel Gunn being funny, like it just sucked. Like
Ray
even the
Gunn.
good routine sucks.
My son was really excited for it too, and we were watching. He's like, "Shouldn't be in the Olympics."
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you, Huck.
That was my exact takeaway. Like I was so open-minded with it. After a couple of routines, I was like, "Oh, this is just an ill fit."
I was talking to him. I was like, "Yeah, but we respect their moves. We can't do
Nah,
that stuff."
this
He's
is
like,
an ill fit. It's an ill fit.
It's not a sport.
No. Live DJs like trying
It
to
was
pump the
weird.
crowd. What are you gonna do? And one. I mean, I love and one. I grew up
Love the
wearing
Professor.
KG shoes. I was obsessed with Hot Sauce, Skip to My Lou, Escalade, the
Escalade,
Professor,
yeah.
all of them boys. But like, I don't want an and one game in the Olympics either. So
Yeah, and this is coming from my son who's 8 years old.
yeah,
This
and
is
the,
like
and the
really
prime
his-
B-boy stage.
It's like it's really his first Olympics to like lock into. So we've been watching, the swimming, the diving, the track. We've been watching all of it.
Yeah.
And like, cause the breakdancing didn't come out until like the last day.
Yeah, last day, yeah.
And so this is his first experience. He's locked in, loves America, and so he knows now in his brain, like his virgin Olympic brain, that what Olympics should be.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, this isn't.
This isn't it.
This isn't it.
All right, when we get back here at OTB, let's close out hour 2. Let's Flestry and all the bit.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction, Pinnacle Exterior Construction. The website is pecbuilt.com. And I know I tell you every day, but I'm going to continue to tell you to please go look at the website. Because whether you're looking for a pool, outdoor kitchen, maybe you want to put some turf in your yard, bulkheads, pergolas, whatever the case may be, Pinnacle is your answer for all your outdoor construction needs. And look, it's they build the spaces, you build the memories. Really think about that for a second, because that's what this is about, right? Making the backyard the one that you feel most comfortable in, maximizing it. Your kids are happy. They want to be at your house. They want to be hanging out with the fam. And if you go to pcbuilt.com, you see the artisanship. And that's what's really going to blow you away. Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction.
Commercial and residential, they can do all the things T-Bob was talking about. Pools, outdoor living, fences, bulkheads, artificial turf. They have got you covered. Go to the website today to find what's right for you, pecbuilt.com.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford. And tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $20,000 off the powerful Ram truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it
Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What up, y'all? Welcome back. OTB closing out hour number 2 here. Sorry for the quick segment. It's hard to corral. Said flestering. But it was a fun day today. DrinkMyHigh.com. DrinkMyHigh.com. We still have a bit more sound to get to. We still got to do that thing that I talked about earlier where we use the past to try to project what the playoffs will look like this year. So we'll do that all coming up next hour on Off the Bench.
We were going to also draft a team out of the preseason top 25 and have a little competition with Flynn.
Well, we don't have to. I mean, we can do that. We can do that kind of. We can solidify that by next week.
Yeah, we can.
And so we have our rules down, and then do that next week for sure because that'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be so fun.
I'm sure Matt's going to do a lot of research.
I think you're being sarcastic.
I'm not. I have a great time. Why do you think I come on this show?
I really feel like
it's not for the paycheck.
Everything you're saying right now is laced with sarcasm. And you come on here because we give you free advertising for My High. True or false?
Yeah, but the people, listeners have been advertised to for years now. So
DrinkMyHigh.com.
Yeah.
No, you get a new listener every day.
DrinkMyHigh.com.
That's what they tell you, at least.
I don't come on here. I come here for the fellowship.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you guys are like blood brothers.
Yep.
Blood brothers? You want to make it for real, like you used to when we were kids, and cut our hands and shake hands?
We can do like call it Burn Brothers. You ever do that?
No.
Put your arms together, and then somebody, not me, somebody would drop their cigarette in between your arms.
Oh, no way.
Not me.
Sounds really dumb.
Yeah. So you had matching scars, man.
That's what we did.
Matching scars on your arms, dude. Are you kidding me?
Stuff in college.
It's awesome.
I feel like
my
Jason
favorite thing like that was my boy
How
at
do you
a
think
wedding.
you win championships?
My favorite thing like that was my boy at a wedding just be like, hey, watch this. We were smoking cigars, and he just put the cigar out on his palm.
God, we're stupid.
It got very infected.
We are Neanderthals.
Man stuff. Guy stuff.
Love you. See you next hour.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com. Oh, by the way, we do shutters too.
Visit alphacustoms.net or stop by today. Be an Alpha. alphacustoms.net.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Wednesday, August 14th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 99. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll continue to talk all things college football. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome back. Hour number 3.
That was a fun hour.
Of OTB. That was a fun hour. It was a very fun hour.
I felt like we actually talked sports. We got into some
Yeah.
flustering.
Football season, everything starts to come together.
Yeah.
By the way, if you listen to yesterday's episode of Snaps and you heard me say that women are quitters, just know that was a weird slip of the tongue. And I do not believe that.
Wait.
I don't know what happened.
You said what?
I don't know how it happened. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah, we need
this in reference
context.
I can't even remember what it was in reference to. I was just so deeply embarrassed about it. But I just got reminded me to it because a buddy in the text group just messaged me about it. But yeah, I don't know why I said that. I mean, I think women are tougher than men. I can't fathom having a baby.
I wholeheartedly think that they are tougher.
I mean, I would take Alondra in a fight over Taylor 10 times out of 10, even with his new notch on his belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I'll take Harlow right now against her brothers.
But yeah, so if you hear me say that, again, I don't know why I said I did not mean that. And I immediately correct myself at the time. It just slipped out of my mouth.
Never quit anything a day in my life.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That was always a rule in our house. If you start something, you can't quit
Oh
it.
yeah, my dad never let me quit.
You can quit
anything.
after the season. When the season's over, you don't have to do it again. But you are not allowed to quit anything midstream. Maybe the one thing that was pseudo like that in like 8th grade, we had a travel baseball season with like, I don't know, what felt like 80 games. And like there was like a mid-season break. And my parents were like, oh, yeah, no, that's like the end of the season. Yeah, for sure. If you don't want to play anymore, that's the end of the season. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. I was like, oh, thank God.
I got like halfway through. So I started like a new school in my junior year of high school, which is probably like the worst year to start at a new school.
What year did you start?
Junior year.
Oh.
So like everybody already had their like cliques established.
Sheesh.
Everything was like so.
Yeah, Katie, their senior year, that's tough.
Horrible, yeah. And it was a whole new city. The school that I went to was like kind of bougie, so everybody was kind of stuck up. And like I played softball my whole life, and I just wasn't clicking with the girls on the team.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to play anymore. And my dad made me finish like
Good.
high school.
Did it end up working out?
Yeah.
Alondra calls all that drama on the softball teams, what I
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah.
It was me, not the two girls on the team dating.
Look, though, you didn't quit like most women.
That
No, I'm
never
kidding.
happened,
Yeah.
right?
Oh my gosh, it was so messy.
Yeah, I remember some messy stories from LSU in that regard,
Yeah.
even back in the day.
Yeah, that's what my head went exactly. Same spot. It's like, man, you hear stories of that. That must be difficult.
Relationships and breakups within the team.
When you're supposed to, and you have to all be going in the same direction. You're like, I want to go in the same direction with everybody but that person.
Yeah.
That's
That
a
person,
tough element
get out.
to wrap your head around.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All right, so let's do this Ralph D. Russo thing.
Love Ralph Russo.
So again, he took the AP preseason top 25 polls, which Taylor had that brought up because we're going to need it in a minute. He took the AP top 25 polls and he crunched the numbers during the playoff era. How many teams would have made, or like who would have made in the current playoff setup, right? With your 4 auto bids, your at-larges, 5 auto bids, your at-larges, who would have made it each year since the playoffs been around? And here are the key takeaways, Jake. Over the 10-year span, 9 teams on average in a 12-team playoff would have begun the season ranked by the AP. So 9 of the 12 would have been ranked at the beginning. 3 would not have. On average. Now, there's some years where that's different. I think like last year is maybe like Mizzou was like the only one that wasn't ranked at the beginning.
Mizzou was unranked and finished in the top 10, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But then 2 years ago, I want to say there were like 6 that were unranked. So like
TCU.
It vacillates, right? Back and forth. But on average, 9. The AP's preseason number 1 team would have made a 12-team playoff every season. And 7 would have earned a first-round bye. So Georgia's in. Unless we see something that we haven't seen in a decade,
yes.
Georgia is guaranteed in, and more likely than not, a 70% chance of of getting that bye. The AP's preseason number 2 would have made the 12-team playoff 8 of 10 times, with only 2019 Alabama and 2021 Oklahoma missing out. Of course, 21's a little weird coming off of COVID, so maybe a bit more understandable. We mentioned 22 being a bit crazy. So how does this help me predict the playoff? Well, Ralph says the analysis is in, and if you're looking for teams in the preseason top 25 that you can pencil in, this is basically how it breaks down. 4 of the top 5, 2 ranked between 6 and 10, 2 ranked between 11 and 20, 1 between 21 and 25, and then 3 unranked teams.
Yeah.
So pull it up, Taylor. Let's go down the list here and make our choices as to who we think will drop or rise out of said groups. And as always is the case, so this is just all an exercise in combating the groupthink, right? Because we all pretty much, like, the hive mind is very strong this year. The AP poll and the coaches poll are nearly exactly similar. We all believe Texas is going to fall through. We all believe Oregon's going to be great, right? All of this. So pull it up, Taylor. You go to like Twitter and just search AP Top 25. It's a million different good graphics. On 3, CBS, whatever you want to use. Thank you. Jake, out of that top 5, Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, Alabama. History tells us one will not make the playoff. Who is it?
Alabama.
Yeah. I'm
out of that group.
I mean, that's the group that we have to choose out of. 4 of the 5 will make it. 1 will not.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, looking a little sideways at Texas.
Schedule. That's why. I mean, schedule.
Yeah.
So Texas for me, and I believe in Texas. I love Sarkisian and what he's done with that program. I know some assistant coaches on that squad, like really good friends of mine, and so I know what kind of people they are, and so that's the kind of people he's surrounded Texas with, and it needed a culture shock, a change, and they've done that. They lose some players, but they've added some players, but I think based off schedule is why I'm higher on Texas than I am some of the other teams. It's not even necessarily who they have. Now, they've got the most important positions figured out, in my opinion, but schedule alone compared to some of the other in the SEC, if I'm going with those 5 teams, I'm going Alabama. Alabama's got a tough stretch to end their season.
That they do. I'm a DeBoer and Milroe believer. I'm actually going to go with Texas.
Me too.
I'm going to make Sark prove it. Yeah, and again, we're picking at, what we're critiquing teams from the outside that look unassailable. So it's going to sound like we're talking negative about teams that we think will be very good. So I'll go with Texas, though, to maybe take a step back or blow it in a big moment.
Yeah.
Now, bring the poll back up, Taylor. 2 of the teams ranked 6 through 10 will make it.
2 out of this group will make it?
Yes. Ole Miss, Notre Dame, Penn State, Michigan, Florida State. I'm
Ole
going to
Miss
say
is
Penn
making
State
it.
for sure.
Gosh.
Are you not? You're not in? I'm saying Penn State for sure.
Penn State.
Aller year 2 with still a very good team around him?
Drew Aller we were sold a bill of goods of what he was over Sean Clifford. I didn't see even a little bit of,
but he's a true
of what
freshman.
we were sold.
I mean,
no, he wasn't.
A redshirt freshman, I mean.
Anybody played in his freshman year. It's not like he was new. And I'm not besmirching him totally, but I need to see way more from him. Now, the schedule's good for Penn State because they do avoid Michigan, which is crazy to think Penn State and Michigan aren't playing each other. They also avoid they avoid Oregon. They get Washington at home and Ohio State at home.
Yeah.
That's pluses for them. They
That's
got to go to USC. And so for that reason in this group, because the other teams in this group, looking at Notre Dame, I'm not as high on Notre Dame as others are. Michigan's got a quarterback problem. And for Florida State, Mike Norvell is the portal king to me. DJU, it's all going to come down to DJU and what he can do. So I'm going back and forth between the teams. I'll go Ole Miss and Florida State, final answer, because when I look at the ACC compared to the Big Ten, even though Penn State's schedule, you do miss some of the heavy hitters. That offense to me is just not ready to compete with some of the teams that are coming into the Big Ten as well. So Penn State's defense can't bail them out this time. I'm going to go Ole Miss, Florida State.
I'm thinking Ole Miss, Penn State. I think Penn State's pretty much a lock. I think Notre Dame has the potential to be the team that falls off.
Yeah,
more so than any.
Their schedule it's not like blinking marquee games necessarily, headliners, but it's a lot of really good teams.
I'm on the A&M money line week 1, dude. I think they're in a tough.
They're a favorite now,
spot.
aren't they? Didn't they take over as favorite?
Yeah. I think they're in a tough spot there. Florida State's the only one that I'm looking at here. Like, do they probably win the ACC? And if they do, they would get in. But I'll go Ole Miss, Penn State, which means we're now up to 3 SEC teams already being in because we both have one of them falling out. And we are up to 3 Big Ten teams already being in as we look to project this forward. Now we need 2 teams ranked between 11 and 20.
How many?
Probably
2?
one, and probably one
guaranteed.
Big Ten spot, one SEC spot, I would say, kind of left up for grabs.
Well, no, you got a Big 12. Teams.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm just saying in terms of those conferences. Yeah, like Utah jumps out here because do they win the Big 12?
Yeah.
Or does Kansas State? Or does Oklahoma State?
I can't wait to watch Big 12 football this year. I mean that with my whole heart.
I know, it's crazy.
Who of this group?
Or does West Virginia, and they're one of the 3 unranked teams?
That's a great point.
Probably not.
They're going to be that league's going to beat up on each other so much every single week because it's going to be good football that you're getting one team in, even though you're going to have enough quality to get to.
So 2 teams ranked between 11 and 12.
Gosh, I don't. Do I
or 11 and 20.
Do I want to go chalk and go Mizzou and Utah?
I'm going to go, since I don't have an ACC team yet, and I believe that this is the year where Miami takes the step forward, I'll go Miami.
They've never won the ACC. Just putting it out. Putting that out.
They never had all 3 Ogerons on staff either. I'm going to go Miami, and I'm going to go Utah here. But then you would still need an additional SEC team. And all the SEC teams that make it could be ranked. I mean, if you're going to choose an SEC team, it's between Mizzou, LSU, and Tennessee.
Yeah,
you can only choose
between
one.
Mizzou and LSU. And so I think LSU and Mizzou are very similar because offense is going to be hitting. Defense has question marks. So if I'm trying not to be a homer, and I feel like if I go the opposite way, it will bode well for me. So if I'm not a homer, I would go Mizzou and Utah.
Okay, I'm actually going to avoid Utah. I'll go Mizzou and Miami here. Mizzou sneaking in because of that easy record at maybe 11-1, probably 10-2.
Mizzou's schedule is just chef's kiss if you're a Tiger fan.
Yeah. And then Miami winning the ACC. And then
Miami.
We need one team ranked between 21 and 25. I'll go with Kansas to win the Big 12 and be my team that gets in. Even though we have a Big 10 spot left for grabs, Jake, and you got a couple of Big 10. I was about to say.
You know me.
Iowa's right there.
Let's go sicko.
I mean,
I'm going to go Iowa.
Brennan Sullivan went 10-21 for 76 in Saturday's practice.
Yeah, horrible. But if we're all jokes aside, they were so bad offensively that would have been a hell of a day last year.
Yeah.
And they were 10-2.
Been doing great.
And they get a top 5 tight end in the country back in Lachey.
But here's where it gets weird. Now we need 3 unranked teams. And I don't know.
I can get you there.
One of the group of 5s certainly will be it. So you could, like we said yesterday, maybe that's a UTSA. You mentioned Texas State yesterday. Tulane, I think, could get frisky.
There's a great Appalachian State can make it. Miami of Ohio could be.
So we don't really need to choose a team there, but it's going to be one of those.
One
teams.
of them.
One of the spots.
That's one of the unranked.
And then we got
there's not a group of 5
spots
team
left.
ranked in the top 25.
And then we got 2 spots left.
Are y'all saying y'all only think one ACC team makes it?
No,
I think
we've only picked one ACC team.
I'm gonna throw Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Virginia Tech is an unranked team that gets into the college football playoff.
That'd be tight. Very nostalgic.
Kyron Drones, really good season last year.
2,000 through the air.
Have you been playing with him on NCAA? Is he good? I haven't played him yet.
Yeah, and then Jeremiah Coney's their running back. He's going to surprise a lot of people.
By the way, real quick, when I say drones and when I say 1,000 on the ground, everybody's like, actually, he only had 800. No, we don't take away sack yardage here. We're NFL rules, okay? That man gained 1,000 yards on the ground. I'm going to give that man.
Why are we still doing that? Can't we just what
do we do? Jimbo used to hate it.
Is it about
Jimbo hated it?
Is it about records or something?
I mean, probably now, but that man ran for 1,000 yards. Don't take away his sack yardage from his rushing total. Virginia Tech.
Okay. Yeah, I love that.
I look. I've only played against them. I don't have any ties to them. I don't know why. I want them to be good so bad.
And then you could go with a second Big 12 team. Maybe I would go with or second Big 12 or a fourth Big 10 is where mine would be at up to this point. If the Big 12 did manage to avoid it, maybe it is like Utah that's right there. Or perhaps it's Nebraska sneaking in. Big 10. Raiola, Matt Rule. Okay, what does Matt Rule do in year 2s? He goes 10-2.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he does. Okay? It's like Brian Kelly year 3. So Nebraska, your final playoff team. Book it.
Not
really.
Probably right, though. It's probably going to come from that conference.
T-Pal says no group of 5 team in the preseason top 25, but they get a guaranteed playoff spot. Throw up emoji. Look, man.
I do feel some of that. I do. I truly do feel some of that. But there's also some that should have been ranked in the top 25.
It's one spot as well. And if you're the best of an entire level of college football, yeah. Like normally these group of 5 teams are thrown against like a top 5 team in these scenarios. I guess pre-14 playoff they were. Like, what happens if they're against one of the who would they play? Like the 5th seed, most likely?
Yeah, 12-5.
Oh, so it's still going to be a top 5 team. We'll see.
12-5 matchup.
But I don't mind the group of 5 getting an auto bid at all. Although, like, if it's Liberty and just because they're undefeated against that garbage schedule, that would actually be a bit upsetting.
That would make me angry. Sorry, Liberty, but that'd make me angry. Your schedule is horrendous.
Brandon Hollingsworth says you can't put your faith in Christopherod, T-Bob. Look, I made up Christopherod, okay? So it's
your best work, honestly.
I can.
It's your best work. I'm going to throw West Virginia in there as my third.
Yeah. I mean, hell yeah, dude. Look, I'm not winning a lot with them, but I love playing with them for some reason. They're the tandem of backs with C.J. Donaldson and Jaheim White are awesome. Garrett Green's awesome. Claymont, their best receiver's awesome.
Claymont.
That's right. You got a Claymont, I'm in. That's just a general rule in life.
That's pretty fair. I kind of like our 12-team playoff.
Yeah. So I thought that was really good work by Ralph Russo, though.
Yeah, Ralph does fantastic work, and no surprise that he came up with this. And I love the 3 unranked. It happens every year. Like, we've had the last 2 years, we've had a team in the title game that nobody expected. Now, Washington was ranked. They were, I think, number 10 maybe in the preseason last year. So they had high expectations, but nobody had them going there. Nobody had TCU. They went from unranked to national championship. Missouri was a bad screen pass away from maybe being in the college football playoff a year ago. Outside of Bama beating Georgia, that was the only game that felt like Georgia maybe should have lost.
Or at least was actually on the ropes.
I mean, Missouri's driving with a chance, 1-score game.
I mean,
and Brady just, short circuit on a screen pass.
That's craziest thing about
they would have taken the lead.
That's the craziest thing about Mizzou the last 2 years. They really should have beaten him 2 years ago. Was that 2 or was it 3 now? When they really should have beaten him. Should have.
It might have been 2.
It might have been 2 years ago now, but not going on a drive, but had them beat and blew it, and Georgia had to pull it out their ass.
I forgot about that. That might have been 3 years. Whenever it was, you're right. That was in the fourth quarter, Georgia had to have some magic.
Yeah. No, Drink and Baker had.
Brady was so good last year. It was like that one pass, one screen pass that he knows he just put it in the ground. I think it was a 6-point game, T, and then Georgia goes and kicks a field goal to make it a 9-point game in the end. But you were midfield. They couldn't stop outside zone. They couldn't stop Cody Schrader. But the time on the clock, you felt like you needed to put the ball in the air, and, man, that game ended, 30-21. So it was a 6-point game.
Matt C says, I'm a little behind you. I'm a little behind now, but why did Steve Up say Tulane wrong? I don't know. Somewhere along the line, I started saying Tulane, and I find it to be fun.
It's Tulane.
I know, but Tulane feels like a little.
You say it like every Yankee that I have on off campus says it.
I know. You know what it is, though? It's just a bit more efficient.
Can I say Yankee? That's good.
Tulane. Yeah, you can still say Yankee.
Say Yankee, okay.
But Tulane, it's so long. We're just Tulane.
Tulane.
Oh, God. I feel like
you were born in New Orleans.
I know, but I feel like it's a mouth workout. Okay, I will. For y'all, I will.
Thank you.
Should Nebraska go back to the Big 12? Hell no. Nebraska's about to win the Big 10 in 3 years, bro. Okay? Get with it.
I can't wait. Like 2 years from now, if we're all still here doing the show and T-Bob shows up with a Cornhusker hat, like the actual cob.
It's the actual corn, yeah.
I'm surprised
T-cob.
you don't have one right now.
T-Cobb. I need to order one for Matt Rule year 2. That's a good point. What about? I forgot. So it doesn't matter.
I don't know who I forgot.
We
is.
need to go to break.
Is this the first segment?
Yes, first segment.
That's getting ahead of the chains. I love it.
When we get back,
It's 1st and 10 when we come back.
more OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. Gordon, go to getgordon.com/billboard. Contest going on right now. You design your own billboard. You win prizes and, if you get selected, you win prizes and you get to see your billboards throughout the state of Louisiana. Again, guys, I don't think I can enter because we do this show. If somebody wants to officially enter my Power Rangers Gordon idea, the G Rangers, Gordon as Zordon, feel free because that's a freaking great idea. Okay? And give me some of your prizes if you win. But otherwise, go to getgordon.com, call 225-888-8888. And, Gordon's going to fight for you and get you what you deserve when you get in an accident.
He certainly is going to do that, him and the team over there. Check him out on social media as well. At Get Gordon's going to be the handle. See what they're doing in the community there, what they're doing with your favorite athletes. Go to the website as well, getgordon.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
If you don't appreciate R&B, I got nothing for you. You hate life if you don't appreciate some good R&B.
No, come on now, because I don't love R&B and you don't like me.
You hate life.
I don't hate life.
God, I can just listen
You
to
don't
R&B.
like this?
Oh, this is chill. This is vibing.
I don't not like it, but I've never casually listened to R&B in my life. I've never been a big music in the bedroom guy either.
Yeah.
If I'm doing the dishes, it's going to be R&B probably.
Yeah.
Or it's funny, either that or like 90s country. Like there's like no in between when I'm doing the dishes. Because I told you in our house, you do the dishes, you get to put on Siri, whatever you want to hear.
Yeah. No, it's just.
I think
it's never been in my wheelhouse.
And teach their own. I'm never going to judge somebody's music taste. It is a pet peeve of mine when somebody judges somebody else's music taste. I'm like, dude, that is within you. That is what you feel. And I know what I just said about R&B. It was tongue in cheek, but not the way it was.
No,
I mean, I know you don't like R&B.
I know
you don't like R&B, so I said it like that. But I think you probably just missed that window.
Yeah, it's definitely. It definitely was like
not my age group. Like that was what was on the radio was Usher, Jagged Edge, Drew Hill, like all those kind of Timberland. Like we're kind of playing here. Even early Justin Timberlake solo.
Yeah, I guess I feel like I grew up on a lot of like 90s alt.
Yeah, I was going right into my senior year when Justin Timberlake like went solo. I'll never forget. We were on the beach. Tells you how long Katie and I have been together. She was a junior. Going into her junior, I was going to my senior. She had just gotten the new JT CD on her Walkman.
Hell yeah.
Right? And we were at
Justified?
the beach. Yes. And I stole it and I was listening to it. And she's like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Give me my Walkman.
Why did he do Justified?
I don't know. That would have been
Justified plays.
better.
It just
No, it
rolls
wouldn't
off.
have.
Justified.
It would not have been. Justified is not a word. Justified is.
Yeah, but his name is Justin.
But you don't
I
have
like
to
it.
do that because it's Justin. So you don't have to do that. You don't have to force the N in there.
Yeah, no, it's real force.
I don't know. From SEO, I mean, what? Now if you Google Justified, I bet you that TV show pops up first. So
I don't know,
seems
let's
like he
see.
didn't future-proof it very well.
He actually had Justified before the show, though.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. But I bet you Justified. Look, Google. I'm
Yeah,
going to Google
the show
Justified.
comes up first.
Yeah, there you go. See.
Justified, he would have been
Imagine
the
if
first
it was
one.
Justin.
He would have been the first one.
You know, SEO matters, Alondra. I
I'm
can
with
teach
you,
you a thing or
Alondra.
two about social media. Stick with me.
Alondra, I'm with you.
Stick with me. I never post anymore. I'm so bad. I used to pay Danny too, and now I've just completely fallen apart.
I have great intentions. Like for me, like yesterday I posted the link, hey, come watch us, we're live. And I'm like, I need to do that every day. And then I get here and I'm like,
and we forget.
See, I would love to. I can get like our like station social medias up.
Yeah.
I have no clue what to do when it comes to mine, and I would love to like get on that influencer status, but I'm too like. I think I
Tough.
overthink
It's a grind,
it too much.
dude.
And I
It
think
is a
Well, you
grind.
have to be
also think
willing
that,
to-
like in my head, I'm like, oh, people are gonna judge me for like posting this or
Oh
whatever.
no, that's absolutely. You have to be
gotta do
willing to
that.
not be self-conscious, and I'm not fully either, Alondra.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I'm not there. I'm
So I have
not
a
there
lot of-
either.
I have a lot of funny videos that I'm gonna make, but I'm like, but the ironic part is, the only way to get better at making that stuff is by being willing to do it and post it.
Yeah.
Like if you look back at early Hold the Mayo stuff, I still thought it was good.
I loved it.
And you could see the potential there, but it is night and day with how much better it is now. And that's because my man was not self-conscious. He put himself out there in a vulnerable space, putting his art very much out there, and he just grinds every single day, and it gets funnier and funnier and funnier and
My
better
thing
and better and
is,
better.
is like nobody cares. Like nobody cares what I'm doing, but it
Unless
took
you
a-
make them care by being funny or interesting.
It took a
enough.
lot out of me to like post that "Give Me My Money" one. Like I was like, do I want to post this? Like, but then I did.
I know. But like, look how well it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh well, what if you just did that all the time?
So the one thing that it's weird because like I don't care. I'll speak in front of a million people at a live event. Don't care. Don't get nervous.
Yeah.
Talk on the radio, TV, whatever. I hate filming myself promoting something. Like it feels so.
It feels forced.
You just need to watch more Jordan Rogers Instagram stories. He's an expert.
He is. I love Jordan.
Him and his
JoJo
girl
do great.
are some Instagram promoting
And it's not like
beasts.
a nervous act. It's not that. It's just like, God, you dork. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you?
Yeah.
You know, but like they want us to, like, hey, coming up on Sirius XM today off campus. I got EJ Manuel with me coming up, and they're like, hey, post that today. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Not even a show tease. See, I think show tease is whatever.
I just feel so douchey.
I don't think a show tease is douchey. Sometimes when you're pushing a product, that can feel a bit douchey.
No, I that's what I'm agreeing with you. It shouldn't be, but that's the feeling that I have.
No, for sure.
Because I got the word like yesterday, basically like, hey, bud.
You have to. You got to start doing this.
Do it with the link, post it, because you've got to, for now, you've got a new co-host basically every day. You've got great guests on. Like, because it came up because Reese Davis joins us every Monday on Off Campus. So, like,
yeah,
promote
you should be
that.
pushing that.
You should be pushing that. I'm like, should I?
What is it? Reese Davis joined OTB every Monday. What are you, scared, Reese? You little Alabama just kidding.
Alabama what?
Love Reese.
Biscuit.
Oh, biscuit.
I actually think you
little
can say
Bama
it
biscuit
in a creative way, but you got to say the ing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, or it has to be the verb where you're complaining.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
ing. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
It
which
can
is
be
also the
noun.
verb. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
What's the difference?
Which is so stupid. So stupid.
Where is ing a noun? Quit
No.
your quit
It's a verb.
your
Yeah.
I'm saying you can't say it in the noun way.
Yes. You can't call somebody the female dog like directly.
Stop.
Don't be a.
Stop. Yeah, I
That's
guess
a
maybe
verb,
it is a
'cause
verb.
you're
Can you say
talking-
bastard?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it just said it,
Yeah.
but I say it a lot.
I think so. I called Luke Betts, my tennis partner, a cheeky little bastard. Because he is. He's got that UK
He is.
accent. He's got that the mischievous twinkle in his eye.
Yeah.
It's the best way to describe. CB Allen says, hot take, LSU wins more games by mid-October than the Saints win all year.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Yeah, that is, because that would be like 6 games.
That's like 6 games, yeah.
I think the Saints are winning more than 6 games. If they don't, then it is an abject disaster, and
By
Dennis Allen
October?
is clearly...
Oh, wait, no, he said the
No,
whole
he
year.
said
Yeah,
all
never mind.
season. He said all season. Yeah, no, if it was just like parallel, of course, the college
I
team should
misunderstood
always win more if you're parallel, unless the NFL team's sitting here going undefeated. Bill was saying, I've watched way too much Gabby's Dollhouse. Yeah, Gabby's Dollhouse is pretty cool, though. It's not bad. It's one of the better shows.
We are, we're Coco Melon right now. Oh, my God. Oh.
I remember having to basically, like a heroin addict, detox Odie from Coco Melon because it had gotten her hooks in her so bad. I had to like do brain surgery and like
I'm slowly
take JJ out of there.
I'm slowly like trying to integrate a Peppa Pig every once in a while, and it might be a little too advanced for old Harlow, but I'm just you got to wean. You can't just cold turkey. You can't do it.
Just wean her off slowly but surely over
Can't do
time.
it.
I was so pumped though. Bobby was like locked into Toy Story yesterday, and that's my ish. I just can't wait till he's old enough to watch Matrix Reloaded with his old man.
Oh, you know what I just started and I've been locked
Is he not
in?
going to understand it? Because when I saw it for the first time, I was like, "What just happened?"
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
gonna be tough.
I started True Detective.
Ooh, wait, you've never seen any
I've
of
never
them?
seen any of
Oh
it.
my
Great
gosh,
series.
1 great, 2 bad.
That's what everybody. So I
3
tweeted
good.
last night that I was
Straight,
like, why
bad,
hasn't
good,
anybody
right?
told
Jody
me?
this past year?
Right, that was 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
True Detective, great, bad, good. 3 seasons, I believe.
It's, I think it's 4 because I tweeted.
It
no,
is
3
4.
was good.
Mahershala
No,
Ali
yes,
was
yes.
good. That was,
Yes.
but even
Stephen
that
Dorff.
got way too exposition-y at the end.
How about
Like
great,
they had a good
bad,
setup, and then at the end it was like
they rushed.
And this is how everything happened.
Yes. So would you say great, bad, okay, good? I actually liked last
I would
season.
say great, bad, good, okay.
Okay.
I never
That's
even
fair.
finished the last episode. I thought the acting was really good.
It was.
I didn't find that I loved the storyline that much, but I thought the acting was really like strong performances from
I
everybody.
did like how it was dark at all times.
Yeah, I mean that's a perfect setting, a great
freaky
setting. Being in a place where it's like you're in the middle of nowhere, so it's got that kind of lawless feel where you're going to attract a bunch of shady characters.
Yeah.
The sun never comes up. Again, great setting. I never finished it. I fell asleep in the final episode and never felt compelled to go back and
You pulled a me.
And watching,
I'm notorious for doing that.
I know. I've done it with Breaking Bad, too.
I did it with Ted Lasso. I did it with True Blood. I've done it with Suits. If I don't watch the finale, there's always at least one more to watch.
I can't believe that the Ted Lasso thing, because that was your ish.
I know. Well, after Ted Lasso kind of mocked Angel Reese and the Caitlin Clark, I'm done with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm done with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Suck it, Sudeikis, you nerd.
Yeah, bro. You don't try to call out Angel Reese
That's
by
why
that.
Olivia
Did
Wilde left him.
Sudeikis do this, or did they do this in the show?
No,
it
he
was
did
real
it
life.
at the Iowa LSU game in the Final Four. They won. He started to do, you can't see me, right? Like, you ain't cool.
Sucking my teeth at you, Jason.
Yeah.
And I really liked Hall Pass.
Yeah, me too.
And I really liked We're the Millers.
Horrible bosses, too.
But
those are all underrated comedies, Jason.
The way my life goes,
We're the Millers
it's
is so good.
like Hester Tilly's, like my family, my wife's family, LSU.
You remind
you mess
me
with any of those two, OTB, you're 3. Don't worry. You're 3 OTB. You're 3. You're 3.
Yeah.
Over off campus.
Yeah, I'll take
That's
that.
4.
I'll take that. Taylor, you remind me of the young boy from We're the
Y'all are getting
Millers.
paid?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Even though, dude,
does kind of remind me of that guy. In a great way. He's got a great glow up.
So he ended up being super
Bear.
jacked now, and he became like a superhero in Guardians 3.
Yeah, he's in Bear.
I haven't seen Bear still.
You haven't watched any of it?
Not since season 1. Isn't that crazy?
You and knowing your personality, you would love season 3.
I loved season 1.
You'll love season 3 more than 2.
I got to get back in.
There's a lot of deep thoughts in season 3.
Hey, real quick, y'all. I do want to remind you about Trash Rangers. If you live in Livingston or Situate Parish and you're looking for efficient, reliable, local trash pickup, you go to trashlineup.com. Just a few minutes. Your pickup day, select your number of cans. You get those cool red cans that you see popping up all over the place. Just go check out some of the Facebook threads to see how satisfied customers are when they make the switch, as there's just that local touch, man, that human touch that is lost on these national companies. It's there, Trash Rangers. If you're a business owner and you need a giant roll-off dumpster for a big project, any size roll-off dumpster, or you need just some consistent front-load dumpsters that are emptied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 days a week at Trash Rangers, imagine this. They understand the flexible needs of a local business because they are one, and so they can match them. Go to trashrangersllc.com. More to be known.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
And go to Tommy's while you're at it. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. You need hardy plank or vinyl siding, wood or vinyl windows. You want to make your home more energy efficient. Save you money, right? So eventually, whatever project it is, investing in your home, bringing it to the next level, getting that new door, the new windows, whatever the case may be, it pays for itself because of the savings that you garner. And like heating, cooling, all that sort of stuff. You deal with a company that has high integrity, that's dependable, professional, efficient, all the way through cleanup. Look, make them one of the bids. Let them prove to you if you don't want to believe me. Let Tommy's prove to you, make them a bid on your next project. Go Tommy's.com.
Go to the website today. You can find testimonials of past clients, a gallery of work that they have done throughout Louisiana. But I always tell you, yes, it is very impressive what they've done, but they can do even more for you because they can customize your job as well. Go to the website to find information. GoTommys.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction.
Have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also...
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back to OTB. What have we not touched on? Oh, Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
Okay, T-Bob, you always ask whether it's sad or not. Are you a fan of the Minnesota Vikings?
This is acceptable sad. This is not tragedy, but it does suck. This is lame.
Depending on if you're a fan or not, will depend on the sadness of this story. J.J.
I think
McCarthy,
it's pretty late. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, J.J. McCarthy. This is Jason McCartney.
Jesse McCartney?
No, Jesse McCartney.
The singer?
Jesse McCartney?
Yeah.
How I
Yeah.
beat? No, I'm thinking of Jesse Carter.
Who?
I don't know who that is.
How I Beat Shaq? What was Nick Carter's little brother's name?
Aaron.
Rest in peace.
Aaron Carter.
Rest in peace, Aaron Carter.
Yeah, rest in peace. Passed away.
Anyways, J.J. McCarthy,
Sure.
No, he did.
No, I know he did.
Oh.
he has a tear in his meniscus on his right knee. He's going to have that surgery.
Sheesh. T-Bob. Christ.
That dude didn't beat Shaq. He needs to, that's a
Oh,
lie.
chill,
That's a
man.
lie.
That man
That's
ain't
all
with
I'm
us no
saying,
more.
dude.
Sorry, Tay-Tay.
No, you're good. J.J. McCarthy, we teased it a little bit earlier in the show. He's having surgery on his right meniscus.
Lame.
It's going to be determined after or during surgery. They're going to figure out how long he's going to be out. They said if it's just a cleanup, it could be a couple of weeks. If it's a complete tear and they have to fully repair it, it's likely the entire season. So, I mean, there is a big...
On a meniscus?
They said...
Man, what are we doing
They
here?
said 3 months. They said 3 months. So
I had
that's almost
meniscus
the whole
surgery
season.
and played like in a week against Notre Dame in the Sugar Bowl.
I want to tell you.
Well, that was the thing. They said depending on how the surgery goes.
That's a first-round quarterback, though.
I was a third rounder.
No disrespect. Yeah, yes, third-rounder fullback is incredible. Third-round draft pick's incredible. But, I mean, we ain't going to treat you the same.
Well, they were saying it could be a couple weeks if it's not like
So I had
that serious of a surgery. If it's a full, complete tear and they have to go in and repair everything, it could be a couple months.
So for him to have a full, complete tear, like a complete just all the way through, would be rare.
Yeah.
Like for him to have a tear and then to repair it, then you're talking about probably 6 weeks.
Yep.
If he has a complete tear, that would actually be an outlier because it just doesn't happen
He
very
just played
often.
on it, right? So a complete tear maybe is less likely because he just played.
Yeah, I don't think he would have it. Now he's going to have and so what they do is, most of you know, like if you have a small tear in your meniscus, they cut it out where the tear is, and that's how you clean it up, and then you move forward. Now if you have a complete tear, then they've got to sew it back together, and that's why you miss some time. But if you just have like a little snippet, a little cleanup, man, he'll be back in 3 weeks.
Yeah, here you go right here, T-Bob. Team doctors say that during the surgery, they're going to decide whether he needs a trim of the meniscus, which will allow him to return this season, or a full repair that will likely sideline him until 2025.
I know meniscus well. I've had 4 of them.
I will say this. I loved what J.J. McCarthy tweeted yesterday because it taught me something that I did not know. And, I love learning new things. Oh, speaking of which, go look up Weta Workshop's mammoth puppet that they made. It's freaking sick, dude. But J.J. McCarthy tweeted, "Love you, Viking Nation. I'll be back in no time. Amor fati." I was like, what's amor fati? Amor fati is a Latin phrase that can be translated as love of fate or love of one's fate. It is used to describe an attitude in which one sees everything that happens in one's life, including suffering and loss, as good or, at the least, necessary. I'm always someone who I feel like I don't engage with enough of it, and I should because I have a couple books that I could, but like Stoicism appeals to me just from what I know about it. The Stoic quote, and I think it's cool. J.J. McCarthy, very known for the mental side of the game. Remember him meditating before the games. Like, that man's going to be good because his mentals are good. So, amor fati. Next time something bad happens to you.
You got to feel for the Vikings
just a part of your
fans,
journey.
though. Like, when I saw this, I was like, man, they lose Cousins in free agency. You get McCarthy. He looked great in week 1
awesome
in the preseason. Sam Darnold did not look good in the preseason. Now you may have to turn your entire season
That's
over.
why you gave $10 million to Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
though.
I'm about to say, like, it's not the worst thing if McCarthy gets a little more time to bake in the oven and isn't thrown into the fire. It would have been very exciting, but, like, it's lame is how I would describe this injury. Not sad, but just super lame because he'd have been fun to watch, I believe.
For what it's worth, Sam Darnold, 56 career games he's played in, 70 turnovers.
Do you know?
That's awful.
Never mind. I'm going to avoid that joke.
Whoa.
When we get back.
That must have been racy.
T-Bob is avoiding a joke.
Wow.
Let's close out
This man talked about roast beef earlier.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Coleman Roofing and Construction, colemanroof.com. Your most complete, reliable, and respected roof company in Louisiana. Make them the answer for your next roofing project. Corey and the boys over there are going to get you right, man. They leave no stone unturned when it comes to serving you. Okay, so why do I say reliable and respected? Well, go look at the online reviews, and you'll see there's so many satisfied customers, and you understand that. Complete. Well, that's because they do any size project, commercial, residential. They do it anywhere in the state. They do any type of roof, and they do the construction as well. So if you have interior damage, like water damage or a tree falls or whatever the case, like they rebuild the drywall, then they fix the roof as well. So it's your one-stop roofing shop, man. It's very easy, top to bottom. They take care of everything all the way through cleanup, and the culture is great. It's just a work-hard culture, everything about the customer. Go to colemanroof.com today.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Cry me a river, Taylor. I don't get it. Why do Saints fans hate Viking fans? Are you an idiot? Are you being purposely dumb?
Is that rhetorical?
Am I doing something on purpose? Yes, but it's not that.
Yeah.
Rhetorical question, Farley.
Might be a little bit of trolling.
You trolling.
Avo agrees, though. I told him it was actually JJ's fault for getting drafted to Minnesota, so I agree. Screw Minnesota.
I think that is like the friendliest landing spot for a rookie quarterback, dude.
Then
O'Connell's
Chicago.
obviously a beast. Yeah. Chicago's all in on the QBs.
Jets,
That's true.
Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah. Then if you're the Bears, you've got Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, DeAndre Swift.
And Kmet at tight end.
Yeah, Cole Kmet's a stud.
K to Z window coverage, KTOZblinds.com. Football season
K to Z.
right around the corner, guys. Go ahead. Look, you got an outdoor kitchen, little grill outside. You want to take it to the next level. You want to stay a little cool while you grilling, chilling, hanging. Do them drop down exterior shades like Jake got. Help the glare on the TV outside too, probably, maybe even inside. That's the point. They come out to your home. They figure out exactly how the sunlight interacts with them at every portion of the day. Then they customize a plan for you. That's KTOZblinds.com. Ask the Bench is brought by Cole Kershaw. Visit our Tulsa Blue Moon Lights, guys. Such sweet. Ask Jake if you could bet on the Little League World Series, would you?
No. I don't know enough.
Ask the Bench. Thoughts on the new scoreboard and ribbons in the stadium. Lots of pictures circulating around now.
It's big.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen
Wait, we got another giant scoreboard?
Yeah, it's
it's going to be.
They took the one in the north end zone down and basically kind of like
So the
doubled
tinier
the size
one.
of it.
So the big one they took
Big
down
one
and
is
double
north
size.
end zone. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
wow.
going to be much bigger.
Yeah,
They
it's like
just
double.
built that big one though, right? Like a few years ago.
As you know. Now, there's like no more, like no advertising board will be like an old school, just it sits there all year. Like everything's going to be digital.
Oh.
Everything. They have ribbons all across the stadium. They changed the other scoreboards too. And they finally changed the speakers in the stadium. Let's just
LED
make sure,
lights too, huh?
Yes, purple. Let's make sure the DJ is on point. Whoever the DJ is this year, let's make sure
That
he's on point.
stadium's going to look so crazy swathed in purple.
Yeah.
After a
Purple's just
touchdown. Like, that's
mean.
tight.
I
That's
love it.
weird.
Little Undertaker feel,
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Boom.
All right, we love you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today, guys. You know what? Snaps will be on stream later. Listen to Off Campus later this afternoon as well. Keep it locked. OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Accutane Baton Rouge, AccuTaneBR.com, AccuTaneBR.com. All your AC, heat, and electrical needs under one roof over there at Accutane. They'll get you right. Ask about the Star Club membership while you're in there. Year round, you pay a flat fee per month. They stay on top of everything for you. You avoid, those catastrophic issues that give you heart palpitations when you hear what needs to be done. And if you want a whole home generator, they come out to your home, give free estimate, let you know, okay, this is how it will work. So figure out why it's service to the highest degree, why they carry such an incredibly high Google review rating with thousands of reviews. Go to Accutane Baton Rouge, AccuTaneBR.com.
When you go to that website, remember you can schedule your appointment right there on the site. Chances are they're going to come out and help you out today. And if your AC unit's working overtime, it can't keep up, it should be able to keep up. Make sure they come out, they can tune it up for you. AccuTaneBR.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more.